Good afternoon, everybody. How we all doing today? I am your host, Crabber TV, with my co-host, the Ultimate Italian. As you can see, his strapping face to my left.
What up?
Um, this is the voice of him. You will hear him throughout, so do not be alarmed. Everything is okay. We just want to bring you the best possible production we can for the BGE League Week 1 coming at you. We'll be starting here shortly, but wanted to pick Italian's brain about what he can expect. What who are the early favorites for the top three? Who might you think is going to have the most kills? And we'll let you take it from there.
What I think is gonna happen, I mean, what I think is my favorite for the tournament overall, is basically has always been my my favorite, which is Affinity. Um, they don't play a lot of daily tournaments with us, but when they do play leagues, that team shows up all the time. They're just a top team. They're always usually like my favorite to win. I mean, I like them, but I also think that they have that consistency of a true veteran team. There are quite a few more opponents this time around with them that are much more skilled than we a lot of times see in our lobbies. We have a lot of EU teams playing this go around with us. So you have RMV K7, which is the EU version of K7. They're just playing under K7 today. Um, but two very dangerous teams, and it's a very stacked lobby. There's a few new teams into the scene as well.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the NA side is concerned as well, that I've never seen before. So you have like Eon, you have Fully Automatic, which is a pretty fresh team, but has a lot of Slayers on the team. That will be pushing for that top spot, along with teams obviously like Skyline, Happy Endings. You know, obviously A5 PD, which is an SA kind of based team that you'll definitely be wanting to look out for. As far as kill lead, I mean, how do you decide on something like that? You could always go with like one of the top players like G, or also known as Quavo. Um, as you can play with Skyline, just because they're on one of the good teams, but then you always have that opportunity of like a team who's like kind of like middling, like usually plays around the middle of the pack as far as teams um, are based off of each other, but they always have like that one fragger, right? Who just seems
Mm-hmm.
to, because the team's not always the strongest, they seem to be able to survive. That one player always seems to come out with like a lot of extra kills, just because they're kind of backpacking the team, not to kind of like talk bad about the rest of the team, but it's just sometimes that's kind of how it works. If the team's not always performing very well, but you have one guy who always is fragging out, that gives them a lot of opportunity to really, really frag out, especially on lobbies that are as competitive as this, where you're going to be getting a lot of third-party fights going on, and that really gives those opportunities for those up-and-coming teams to have their fraggers just let loose sometimes. It happened all the way back in BGE season 1. It was like an old tournament season that we had, where like the 8th place team had the top placed guy in the entire tournament. Like it was like they had the best player in the entire tournament, but they were the 8th place team, and he outfragged everybody. So I mean, I love to see that kind of stuff too. And then for you, I want to see who do you think is gonna be a dark horse for the tournament? Like who you think of, like, everybody doesn't think is the top place team, do you think really could show up and just outperform a lot of teams?
Honestly, based on their performance in the Super Slayer League or the Sunday Slayer League, I've got some money on soda cans. They were fifth place before the ultimate demise of the league, but it they were certainly showing up and they were showing out and they were ready to go. They were fragging left and right and they were really just they were getting it done, showing everyone that you know they're not necessarily out of it. They were maybe two wins and two good kill games away from taking first place. Um, Same thing with Dub Hub. They were really doing well as uh, they were doing great as well. So I'm very interested to see how these two teams are going to show up and really just, you know, get it done. They're not your usual first place teams, and that's not to say that they can't do it, but you know, I out of all the times that I've been casting, I'm more likely to see you know, potentially dangerous, happy endings, Kinetic 7 and Skyline, you know, our top four teams like you were talking about. You know, you sprinkle in a little bit of affinity and you know, some others that, you know, they aren't here anymore, but you know, that's just the usual for what I am seeing. But without
Freeman,
any further delay,
just look at that. Look at that. Interesting. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, stop!
Don't you find this all rather fascinating?
It's so loud. Where is my Elgato? There it is. Okay,
There you go.
so let's break down this map real quick. We've got a nice left to right flight path. As you can see, all the teams are already at their drop spots. So for those that are new, basically these drop shots are a way for people to not have to worry about being griefed when they land. As you can see, the flight path went from west to east, slightly south to north. It started to the left side of the map, not really in anywhere particular, but it goes right through Gatka, right under Yasnaya, Palinova, and out
Lemonsfeld Shit X5.
Lipovka. So we'll start to follow around. We've heard the feedback as well. We're gonna start showing rotations and you know, where teams are coming in from. As of right now, there isn't going to be much action. We'll certainly give you guys that. I think there may be some early game action over here on the right side with Lipovka and the prison team plus mansion team. We've got Menzi just going around to the small loot compounds, which, you know, I've noticed a lot when doing these casts is that, you know, a lot of these teams, they don't necessarily go to the big cities. They're more likely to go to small compounds, gobble up loot, and make those rotations. What have your experiences taught you when doing these types of drops and the first initial zones? How do you play them?
Well, if you look at Yasnaya, which is where you kind of have your reticle centered right now, you have CK and I believe is that Team 19. So what is that going to be? Platinum Gaming. CK is a very aggressive. Yasnaya is massive, right? It's huge.
Mhm.
You can have 3 teams playing there, 4 maybe even if you're really pushing it, and they would never have to engage if they didn't want to. But CK does not like people dropping inside Yasnaya. Anybody who's been playing long enough knows that. As you can see, they're already starting to push. If this fresher team does not get out of there soon, they're going to get pushed. As you know, and they're going to get caught out. They're just getting out right now, so they're going to be safe. But one thing I don't think you noticed, though, is if you go back over to where D&B is at near school, you had RMV has a small split team, like a teammate, who dropped in D&B on the southeast side of school. Southwest side of school. And then also, no shots hit there, but they had a teammate that got split from the rest of the team, where most of them were kind of around Little Roz and a little on the north east side of school. Eves from RMV dropped solo at D&B on the southwest side, and there's 2 other teams that are near them. There's one team at school, one team at Rozuk, and obviously you have the team that dropped at Pachinki as well. So I wonder how you're gonna get Keebs back to the rest of RMV unless he won that guarantee or that esports spawn that the team at school usually would take.
Looks like we do have some early action going on with Team 13 and
14 here.
Yeah, Team 14. So we'll
Yep.
get into action. As we saw, Team 13 just annihilates Team 7. See a couple members down for each. We're actually also just gonna go sneak over to here, where Benzem gets the tail end of a grenade, and you have a cheeky little junior that just hopped down from the top of the house. He get that drop. He starts drop shotting one of the members of PT, but he seems to get shot from behind from
so unfortunate third party.
Hilla, who's just there, and he's about to get another one as well. And he's going to eliminate Team 16. Just like that, we're down 3 teams.
So early. RMV getting eliminated. That's one of the favorites from the EU. OL picking. There wasn't even a fight for OL either. They, for only locals, that was literally just third parties. And he picked off 3 extra points for his team just by just being willing to kind of step out. And that's what I'm kind of talking about before we started the tournament, was those teams who let their fraggers do what fraggers do. You know, even though they're not viewed as like the top ranked team, if teams like OL just let their fragger put themselves in a smart position to just solo third party a fight, maybe you're not wiping a whole squad, but that one person who they let just go do what they feel like they can do will give them opportunities to just get those extra 3 points out of nowhere just because they decide a third party. You know, maybe you lose one guy, but 3 points for one death a lot of times is really useful in the long-term scheme of a longer tournament like what this is going to be. And just for those who are kind of newer into tournaments, the average, whether you're watching console or PC, to get first place in a league is 8 points per match. So if you're getting 8 points per match, statistically, you are going to be first place. That's most often how it plays out in these longer leagues. So 3 points like what OL just had there from Haya, just letting him frag out on the side and pick off a few extra kills really is a big deal in the longer scheme of things.
Yeah, it's always fun to see someone steal a couple points here and there, because you know it's you know every point really matters. From what I've seen tournaments come down to 1 point. I've hosted tournaments where they've come down by 1 point. I've lost tournaments by 2 points. So it's just a matter of, you know, you always think back, like, what if I got those final 2 kills? What if, you know, instead of, you know, my 2 teammates dying, we got those 2 kills, or, you know, something along that line where you really just look back and you're like, what if? And it really will make all of the difference between first place and second place sometimes. And it's just, you love to see these teams being aggressive early on.
Absolutely. I love it. And the rotations, I mean, the team, as you can see, per usual, all the teams kind of get centered up. I'd like to see if there's going to be any teams that go for a more of an edge play strategy where they take the outside of these zones that are trying to set it to center. Right now, it looks like it's all teams. Ooh, there you go.
And Gab gets sniped out of the car by Eon iHyper. I've never Eon is a new team for me. I don't really know much about him. Are you able to fill in our audience of anything on them? Have you come across them before, or are we just about to get a nice little spectacle from what we're seeing?
I'm hoping for a spectacle because I don't know any of them. The only name that even seems familiar to me is Luca, and that's an EU player. So I'm guessing this is an EU squad. Although I have not heard about them.
We have a little situation.
Yeah, we might have a skirmish here in just a second here. I don't think this is a good push. Yeah, Soda Cans looks like they were going to push, but they decided to pull off. I only see 3 players with Soda Cans right now on the map. Did they lose one early that we were not aware of?
There's very likely they could be doubled up. No, I'm not sure. That was AFI. Hobie didn't get in on time, but from what I can tell, it should be drastic shift in the circle where Space Havoc is actually looking to get out of the middle, so they're probably not going to take this this emergency pickup, or the yeet bag as some people may know it.
I'm sure even if they're not in zone, I mean, right now that's good for them because that's going to delay anybody who's trying to do EPs. But right now, you might see some kills. Oh, that 3x! This happens too often. I see this where he might still get a kill. Almost! Good night! That was so close. Now, what I gotta tell you, I'm so upset about all the time is these teams who always just walk around with a spray scope on their gun. When they know they have low ADS speeds and can't track a vehicle up that close, you should be able to recognize the car might be too close. Imagine if he had a red dot there. If his red dot was just on instead of that 3x, probably gets both of those kills. But because these players so often run around with 3x's and 4x's and engagements, they just miss out on those fights.
That is not what I... Well, we didn't get to see it, but Anthropap pulled up on Eon, and a second member of K7 has died to their bullets. So K7 down too early on. So now I know that they're gonna have to just hunker down and really let everyone else fight. They're not gonna be able to put themselves out in a position where they're going to be able to be aggressive to get these kills. So it's going to be an interesting one to monitor from here on out. Ooh, it looks like we might have some action between soda cans as Serm takes out two, and he's going to throw...
Oh, no.
He's not going to throw a grenade.
Well, that looks like it's going to be the last two kills, though. They already see D pulled off.
Yeah.
And you've got to scout, boys. You've got to scout. As far as rotations and everything concerned, it looks like for the most part everybody's got pretty clean rotations, except for right there in the north where P7 is about to have an engagement with this rotating team in.
The happy
which
ending.
Is this HE? Yeah, happy ending.
Yeah, they the first tournament that I casted. Oh, they have no idea that P7 is literally right over this hill. Nixon, it looks like that's who the player is oh, it's No Mercy. We're gonna get his protected, as he's gonna really have a nice little jump on them. You can see his red dot out, no spray scope, so he's definitely ready for the close quarters engagement. We'll see Spence drive past him, and doesn't look like he's gonna call anything out. So now Mercy's gonna start making his move, but he
missed it. He might miss his chance.
He did miss his chance. But there is one straggler, so it looks like HE might end up down one member here, as Halves is going to become Halves not. Unless, of course...
Oh, good shot. Good shot. I see you just try to bolt him. If you have a bolt, I would assume you'd bolt him out of the car, but...
I don't know. It's, if you're more confident with that M4 spread, why not? now we see HE try to get some revenge, and Spence is going to be able to avenge his fallen friend as he turns his attention to No Mercy, and he finds himself in trouble, hoping that those smokes can protect him. Black.
Disgusting. Black for the future. I met him for the first time I met him for the first time 2 days ago, actually. This is an EU squad. I know the squad in total for happy endings, especially since they have Decorino. Decorino, I'm told, is supposed to be, by my EU contacts, is supposed to be like one of the best players in the game. Did some absolutely nasty things with the DMR from what I've heard. So I'd love to see if we can get it at some point, get some vision on him taking shots at the DMR. He's supposed to be absolutely nuts when it comes to DMR.
I can confirm that Deck is a fantastic player. There was a tournament a few weeks back where I was watching him, and he was just taking people out left and right. They, ultimately, I don't think they won, but I just remember him being on top of Miramar. Ooh, down goes G. Oh, we got a nice little situation on the coast. Let's see if Kidzos can take out the final two members of P9 here. No, it looks like he's gonna get shot. It's gonna be up to the last two. Kidzo and Mode.
A little D-Day situation there for P9. Unfortunate. I don't think they were expecting anybody to be gatekeeping on the edge of the map on the side of the gas station there. In such an odd zone. P7 last player. I think that Izzy's last player up. No, they have one more.
They have one more.
It's rolling up to him, Fixie.
But they've got CK behind and HE in front.
Yeah, they're looking for a little more. Maybe looking for like some revenge here, but if they don't hurry up and make a decision quick, you can see CK is going to find them on the road in the open.
They have found them.
No cover right now. that all they had, they would have to lie down on the other side of the rock, which is what he just did. They know those shots are about to start coming in on them.
Ooh, meanwhile, Spence gets domed by a nice little 300 bullet.
300-meter arm shot.
Yeah.
Or are you just saying it's 300?
I don't know what
but that's what it is. That's what the bullet, the ammo is. It's a 300. I forget what it's called exactly, but that's what the arm ammo is. So
yeah, it's a 300.
Does Bletch know Izzy is walking on him? He does.
He does, and the shots, the left, right.
He needs out. He needs help. Bletch.
Oh, the reload!
Oh, Izzy!
He runs out of ammo, and Izzy comes up from behind, but now
Vixie
other
doesn't make the
members
same mistake. But Haya finds him a distance. Haya consistently. Look at that. Just those third-party DMR shots finding people out in the trees.
And Fixie has no smoke, so he's gonna pick up his teammate over his shoulder. And let's see if Spence is gonna start throwing grenades. Same with Deck. We'll see if Deck's grenades are as good as his DMRs. It doesn't look so, but you know, that's just one small little sample size. We can see all of them coming in. We'll get Jacarino's little. Ooh, look at those wiggles. Now Spence, and Spence is gonna be able to finish them off. So he's got to get the smokes out in order to preserve the second to last member of HE, and they do have members of OL looking at them. And can Haya get the shots? No, he can't. Now he's getting shot from the left side by FA. So fully automatic wants to get in into the fight as well.
I gotta. Oh, there goes down Spence. Caden also down from Mark along range. How many more shots can Hay hit? Can he get one more? Let's see. He's already hit a few. One more coming up. Oh, he's a little ahead on the shot there. This is it's the third highest bullet velocity in the game, I believe, is for this. I don't know. He's looking at that. There's no way they're going out to the Vic in this part of the zone.
Yeah, third highest. It's always me thinking it's the highest. That's why I'm always missing.
Highest is going to be the other semi. What is it? The Lynx. Lynx is highest, followed by the Mini, and then it's the Right after that, though, is a gun you're not very often going to see, which is the QBU.
That's why I'm so bad at them. Deck finds himself in a terrible spot there as he rolls up on fully automatic, and they turn their guns on fully automatic and finish him off. So we've got some more fighting coming in, but
yep, coming in the farm. It hasn't happened yet. One thing I'd like to point out: they are on each other, but they're not. It looks like they might be slowly disengaging. They may just wait for a moment for this fight, so try and take it right now. Team more shots. Whoop. No, Kidzo is getting aggressive. The team knows they're there. I think Skyline's gonna get super aggressive here on this fight.
Ooh, Hyper falls victim to that Molly. It's gonna be up to Hams. See what happens as Vex goes down as well. The Viklor. It's a bad situation for the newcomers. Let's see what Hames can do here. Is he's gonna start backing off. You know, we can start to see. We've got a massive fight going on over here. So taking out some of the CK members. Let's see what team. Maybe you know how to pronounce that name better. I don't. But now Toms is going to be able to get a couple DMR shots. We can see Howdy creeping over the top, but Howdy's getting shot from the left side from fully automatic. Ooh, and
they go out. They do. There's just one member of CK up now.
One member and all of these dead bodies. So he's going to have to rotate down and out so that way fully automatic doesn't finish them off. We can see all of Dub Hub just in the Wizard Hut.
We got that shack near center open as well. I'm surprised nobody's crashed it yet. In an NA only tournament, that shack would have been taken forever ago. I've noticed that when EU starts to play a little more, as you can see, only one team's really in the circle right now. It's just Dub-Up, and this zone does have some slightly playable ridges and things near the center of the zone, which I'm surprised to see haven't been taken. Normally they would have been taken already, but a lot of teams seem to be a little bit cautious on this rotation into that center. Maybe waiting for it to close a little bit more because they don't want to be the first one into those those soft cover locations, with the exception of that shack that's a little northwest of where that wizard is at. That normally has been cratched already. Nobody's there. It's besides that wizard, it's the only true hard cover in the circle that's like near the center. And those two spots are going to be in game. Though, as you can see from AFI right now that's coming out of Snake, that is my favorited spot to play from in this zone. It's got a little bit of high ground that they can play from, and they have a lot of opportunities and decisions they can make from that little small hill that they'll be coming off of.
Yeah, I personally, for me, I think I'm just dying in this situation because there's really not a lot of hard cover. We can see Skill Over Luck starting to make their way in, and they have Kidzos to fight here. The shots going out. We can see the rest of Skill Over Luck. You know, Kidzo's not able to get that shot, that finishing knock, and now he's gonna start paying for it. Oh, actually, it's Space Havoc and Boatman teaming up to give him a knock. We got some fighting up top. As we start to see down here, we'll catch the very end of Next Threat and K7 fighting, but I think this is the end for Kizzy, as we saw. So now we can start to see these final rotations. Eon with their last member alive. He's in quite a pickle here. He's literally between a rock and a hard place. So it will be interesting. Yeah. Oh well, his rock is starting to look a lot better if he can get to the other side of that. But Mold is just on the other side of this ridge, and if he goes over it, he'll be able to. Eon getting a lucky break here as Mold moves back into the compound as Skill Over Luck starts shooting. We can see the rest of Skill Over Luck starting to make their way in, and you know, Next Threat at the very top. We'll check in with Skill Over Luck here as they start getting shots, and we can see Tom's just getting a nice little shot on Omerta right in the dome ski. As he goes down, the smokes will start coming in, as well as the smokes start going out for Skill Over Luck. We can see Viclor and Mold over there. Viclor and Mold
coming in. Oh!
They just decide to do it themselves with their augs and just really let it go down.
I thought it was gonna be lethals, but it was bullets. Who needs a grenade when you can shoot like
here's
that?
Here's the grenade.
Does he get it?
No, he
not
doesn't.
even damage.
But the car is about to explode. So, tough break.
Bolt finds one to smoke. The other two are backing off a little bit.
Life. Oh, K7's in trouble as well. The grenade's gonna go out. Ooh, Space Havoc finally finishes off Eon. We're in our top 6. Ooh, Viclor goes down. Let's see if that grenade's gonna be good. It is gonna be good, and Team 4 eliminated by Skill Over Luck. That was a lot of action.
Fantastic, bros. Kobe for sure. Coming into these, it's not Final 4 yet, so we're on Final 5. SOL, Dubhub, the only two in server, the only ones without top. Nobody's still in that shack. That shack is out. It's still open and available. I think that's what AFI is going to have to send it to, and that's what they're going to start foot rotating to. If they can make it to that shack, I think this game could very likely be theirs, because they can just play back into the trees on the north side of the circle. It's really going to, I think K7's the most danger right now, because they're going to have, so that's not AFI, that's fully automatic. AFI's in some trouble, K7 in a lot of trouble, definitely down with just Kizza now. If Light doesn't turn around and find Kizza behind him,
Light's got a lot to worry about right now, and
he does.
His whole team is going down one by one. There's looks like Kizza's trying to get a nice little cheeky kill still here, but I don't know. He's starting to finally realize that there are 3 members of an opposing team in front of him, as well as 2 more that are down, and the shots are starting to go. He's going to take down 1 member of FA, and he's going to get a first aid off, but he's got to start running in as this zone is destroying him. He's going to get it off.
He finds one. That's 3 points for a scene he just got there. That's massive, and he might still survive.
Yeah, you can.
He might even get 1 more kill. I mean, this is normal Kizza stuff, though. Kizza is a very good veteran player. I do not. It's not out of reach with all these other teams distracted that he finds Caden right now through those trees in the next 3 seconds and just beams him and gets his team in the top 3 placements.
He's gonna steal the kill. No, he's not. He's not gonna be able to connect with that AUG 4X. And is he gonna be able to get it? Yes, he is. And we're down to our final 3. And now he has to get to the shack as quick as possible. He does have Dubhub on the right side. And, you know, I was saying in the beginning, you know, Dubhub was showing that they were doing very well. And it looks like Zach Baby is going to lead the charge over the left side. Will they be able to see Kizza? They aren't because of where they are, but they've also got to worry about the 2 members of Skill Over Luck on the right side who are shooting at them. However, Boatman says, here, hold this, as he knocks one. And now Wagon sees the final member of K7. And the rotation is on, and the end game is on as well, as the final member of Skill Over Luck is looking to get his teammate up in that smoke. We're going to follow along with Boatman and see what he's going to be able to do, but we can see on the mini-map that all of Dubhub is moving into zone. They have the superior position at this point. Upper hand, the shots are going in. And Skill Over Luck pull it off. The grenade goes in. Nope, it's a smoke. I lied. But now Space Havoc has a nasty left side peek. Down goes Marco. It's all up to Chris. Can he do it? We can see Space Havoc confirming that kill. But it looks like he's going to be able to confirm the last kill. He sees him in the smoke. His mini shot just not able to do it. But Boatman able to finish him off. And Dubhub takes a commanding game 1 with 6 kills. Not the highest, but you know, that's going to yield him 16 points and put him in first place. So what a start.
Freeman. Look at those peculiar markings. Fascinating. Just look at that. Interesting. Have you ever seen anything like this? Don't you find this all rather fascinating? Crab. Freeman. Look at those peculiar markings. Fascinating. Just look at that. Interesting. Have you ever seen anything like this? Don't you find this all rather fascinating? Crab.
So as we can see, we've got a north to south, pretty much right down the middle. It's slightly going from east to west. Flight path going for you. Teams will start out flying from Oasis all the way down to Partona. It'll be going through San Martin and Picado. Just like the first map, teams have their predetermined drop spots. So we shouldn't see many kills right off the rip. However, there are times where some teams are going to land together. So we may see a couple skirmishes, but we shouldn't see really any full wipes, especially this early on in the match. So we'll be able to really just enjoy this calm sense, this calming presence of PUBG before the storm hits. We'll also be able to update you guys with the leaderboard shortly. We're waiting for the Twire to be updated, and once that does, we'll start announcing positions, points, and really just break it down for you. Where are you landing on this? Oh, we've got early shooting.
We do have some shots. I think it's just some decent, like some far DMR shots we're seeing here. Where am I landing on this circle? Pull it back up for me real quick, and I'll give you some info. Oh, it looks like we had K7EU and Skyline dropping on each other in Cantera. Actually, before I talk about that, let's go over there and see what's going on there.
It looks like K7's just floating by, but Mold and Kidzos definitely have some beamage about them. So if they get an early gun, no, they're not floating anymore. So they should.
This is my old drop spot, by the way. This is usually where back in the day when I was all AE all the time. I have a new team now. I'm pretty sure, but this is my drop spot. But also K7EU, this is their drop area. So K7NA drops a little more on the east side where K7EU is kind of going, where NT is rotating by. Skyline, I don't think I've ever seen them around Cantera. I think maybe they didn't have the info they normally would. and they just decided to drop here because they're like AE's not playing, so it'll be open, not realizing that maybe K7 EU drops here as well. Because you would not normally see two high-level teams choose to drop on each other. Yeah, it is such a dangerous thing for two teams that are as good as these two teams are
Oop,
to
first
even
crash.
remotely make that decision to drop on top of each other like that. So I really do think it was more of a mistake instead of a decision to be like, oh, that's gonna we know this is that team dropping there. Of all the teams for like areas for two top tier teams to fight over, that one doesn't make any sense. Is Cantera. It's a centralized area, so it's like it's a good location technically, but there's no real true power plays from it, and rotations can be very wonky from that location as well, because of the terrain and also because your entire team has to split on drop. And I just don't normally see that out of a team, especially like Skyline, who usually has the cream of the crop picks for drops. So I'm very interested to see why that was their decision, because I've never seen them drop there before.
Do you think we're going to see either G or one of the members of K7 off of the playing field by the time we get back? Hashtag thank you
No.
PUBG for the crash.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As the two members of K7, Anto Pap and Gav, started retreating. Me personally, I love water treatment. It's just, it's a very centralized location. It's got all that loot.
Where's fully automatic? That's normally their drop. Oh, they're there. They're right there. Okay, that is them. That's them. I was just looking at the wrong thing there.
Yeah,
they have Soda Cans Caden playing with us. Oh no, they're just rotating next to each other. Oh, okay. Their colors are so similar. It's fully automatic.
They keep hitting things in the field, and it's not looking good for Soda Cans. As Serms goes down, same thing with Psycho Killer. Can fully automatic get a Pulse is providing that cover fire, but he's currently getting that heal off while fully automatic makes that push.
He needed a nade. He needed the nade. He needed to have a nade out. He messed up.
And there it is. Fully automatic.
First team out, 0 points because of a hay bale.
Yep. Hate to see it. That's why I don't drive, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why you don't clown car.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true, especially in comp where it's usually you do see teams splitting up, but I guess they panicked a little, thought they were going to be okay getting just that gold Murado. As we can see, the first care package of the game drops over here. Might have a little bit of a
maybe, but unlikely. I don't think AFI knows they're there. I think they're just going to rotate. P7 is obviously looking for some.
No mercy.
He might find him.
But he has Falling Tick looking right at him.
Does he? Oh, he does. There's AFI's teammates. He knows that he's up there, so that's why they're rotating. I was like, why is AFI must know they're there if they're making the rotation that they're making right now, because that's not where they would normally rotate into the zone from Chuma. Shot. Oh, hits.
Falling Tick hits him with that M24. Now, me personally, I'm an M24 fan here, but you've got to wonder if maybe the K9 gets a bit more damage there. I know no Bolty is going to be a one-shot knock unless it's a headshot, but maybe in a situation there you get lucky with your teammates with the DMR and they you hit that initial K9 shot. They only have to hit one shot compared to two with a mini there. So
right, I think and now also in that scenario, if I remember my statistics correctly, which I usually do, the difference between the M24 and the K9 is from a fresh full level 2 vest and full health. And the K9 only takes 2 shots to body somebody to knock them. The M24 actually takes 3, if I remember correctly. That's the small difference. I think it's a difference of damage of 2. 2 damage points is the difference between the two guns, and that's all it takes for it to be the difference between a 2-shot body shot to a 3-shot body shot, which is the M24. Which you really think about, that really puts the M24 down outside of the bullet velocity that the M24 has in its advantage. You might as well just run an SLR, because an SLR is a 3-shot body shot, and it shoots significantly quicker. But Bolties being Bolties, that 1-shot headshot damage is very nice to have. But then again, Dragunov can also one shot to the head. That's why you see a lot of players running it. I am not a fan. I don't think Boatman. Nice shot, as per usual from Boatman. Him and his bolty. He claims to be the best bolty in the game. I don't know if I agree with him, but I'll tell you what, he definitely is up there in the conversation.
He's been showing it, that, you know, between this match, that shot and the last one, definitely showing it. As I'm very confused about what's happening. Oh, that's a whole different team altogether. But G about to be in a little bit of trouble here. I wonder if PT knows that he's there. Surely they have to, since there's just 2 random smokes. And G has to know that he's going to start moving back to the bike door, get a little bit of cover. But
I agree, but I don't think they're going to get him. Oh, but they do. I was wrong.
And they're able to jump it, and they're able to get him. So it's up to Vikelor to get a couple of smokes down before Nkanu is able to secure it. But it looks like he's pushing off a little bit because he's getting shot at from the rest of the members of Vikelor.
Do you see that?
Yeah, it's
San Martin.
The long shots. Vikelor is kind of just hanging instead of getting the shots on, or getting the res on G. It kind of looks like he's baiting a little bit. And now he's got 2 members of PT below him. I gotta wonder what the comment was, as he definitely could have gotten him up there, I think, in time, and said G is looking from the sideline. Whoa.
Possibly, but that right there is what I think is really. I think, yeah, you could possibly get him up, but the smarter play is exactly what they did. Is G is not in an advantageous position to be rezzed. And that's a huge risk, even though if you think you can, when you know there's a full 4-man up, especially when you know 2 of them are nearby to try to go for that res, and instead of getting knocks and making it a 3v3 is significantly better. As you can see, it worked out. Like they got what they wanted. Even though they almost lost the kill there to some other team is third party from a long distance away. They haven't hit anything yet, but somebody else is SOL. Yeah, that's why it's better to go for the fight instead of going for the res in that situation. And I was going to mention it from the get-go. That's what he was looking for. They knew. I really thought G might even make it out, because if you instead go for knocks instead of trying to get a res, just because you think you can, if it's a risky res and tournaments, it's usually a better decision to just fight. Especially if you know they're within 50 to 75 meters, because they're going to be pushing, especially if they caught you out in the open. Unfortunately, Skyline is still right out in the open being DMR. They're pushing into a team, being hard DMR from a distance. Vikelor still doesn't care though. Clearly, he's still bragging out.
He's saying, "Fuck your shots. I don't care about them. I'm built different." And it's just this man.
Absolutely dismantled.
So it seems like it was a fair trade. You know, 1 for 3 points. And now they're in the advantageous position of, you know, potentially taking over this compound, which, as we can see, is quite centered here. As the rest of the team start making their ways in, you can see K7 finally making their way towards the circle. So I think if they can take Droppa out here, or at least if Droppa can escape with his life and provide some type of points potentially for PT, it'll put them in a good position, but it'll also allow Skyline to be able to... situation developing over here as Eon lands on P9, and they are learning about the consequences of...
No, Fade! Fade! No, that's my favorite play group. Fade, that's a 9-year-old. Fade is a 9-year-old who frags.
A 9-year-old? Just 9. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new favorite. Oh, as Luca is getting shot from behind by... Who's all the way up on the hill? It's Spence. Spence is just Hail Marying throws as the last member of Eon tries to get more... get his last teammate up, but he's not following traditional norms of picking him up and bringing him to the other side. And as he finds out, Fingers is able to figure his way into that hole and take out the second to last member of Eon.
Suscoms. All right. I mean, so that fight looks like it's going to be over for a bit unless HE decide. That's a long shot for Luke for that knock to have happened from you. Let's see where HE's at right now. See how far? What is that? That's about 400 or 500 meters to get that knock from that distance. I'm not even sure how well smokes render at that distance.
If they even do. Let's be honest here. This is PUBG on console. Maybe if we were playing on computer, which played that yesterday, found out I'm not the demon I thought I would be. Mad respect to PC players because that shit was really difficult. But you know, their stuff is able to render like the whole map. I was looking from one corner of Rondo to the other. On this one, I'm lucky to be able to look 200 meters and not have a building just be completely played up. Ooh, as we can see,
Droppa's dead.
Droppa's is dead.
Hyper gets a kill on Minzy. Is that a thirst?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a thirst. I don't know how that happened. What's P9 doing here?
They're throwing.
It should die down. I doubt Hyper's gonna push across the street here, but he's looking. Oh my goodness!
Now is the time.
Let's go for turn up. All he needs is a nade, but he might get heady from behind on that distance from
Grenades out. He's gonna fake left, go right.
BGE.
It's gonna take him down to 1 to 10
Oh my
health,
goodness! Hyper in a 1v4. What? He literally soloed that entire team.
P9 learns the lesson of being dropped on by Eon. So.
Yep, that's gonna give people. Anybody who's paying attention to that fight now knows that if they ever see him there get even if he knocks somebody, if they're paying attention to kill feed, he has to know that if our team's paying attention, he's gonna get crashed. Because everybody who's paying attention to kill feed knows that there was a big fight happening between that team and his. His team won, but all of his teammates are dead. HG clearly should know that. They're pushing down there right now in that direction. Well, not quite there, but across, across the other ravine from where they're at, the valley that they're in. But anybody who saws that, if he even gets a knock, they're gonna know he's a one-man, right? That's a dangerous situation for you to be in this in comp. And teams generally do. Generally, most of these teams have somebody, at least one person, keeping track of the kill feed, if they weren't nearby to begin with. But obviously, he's out. He's driving. I think he's going for a shack, it looks like. Will he make it? Nobody knows. But he's low health.
He's bobbing and weaving the best he can. Oh, he's brought down to what looks like 20 health here. Yeah, nice little 20 health. One tire left. He jumps out, he ditches the vehicle, and now he's running for his life as CK looks to take him out, but he finds a nice little crevice to lay in. I lied, as Junior finds him, and Eon. Another early exit, but they showed that if they can clean it up just a little bit, they'll be able to certainly be a force to reckon with.
K7 EU making a rotation into zone. What I wanted to point out as these teams are making rotations, even if there's a few knocks, is where all the teams are located on the southwest side of the circle right now. From that first zone, this is what I thought was going to happen with a lot of these teams. Is you look where all of them were landing versus where the circle went. I was like, the southwest side of the zone is going to be hot, and it is. A lot of teams seem to be playing on the edges. Nobody is really a center zone playing team. Most of them seem to be playing on the edge. And I wonder if any of these teams are looking at the 2Ds between matches to notice this, because with the way these lobbies and teams are deciding to play it out, maybe the decision, if your team's not doing so well in these first two matches, is, hey, I've noticed on the 2Ds that these teams are all playing edge. Maybe we just start sitting in the center of circle sooner, so that we give our team a better chance of surviving. And the statistics are, for circles, if you're in center of zone 2, it's about a 85-95% chance that you're literally playing for the final 3 zones. So you're talking about zone 7, 8, and 9. If you're in the center of zone 2, there's about an 85 to 95% chance, give or take, to be in end game. So that's all you have to do to be in game. Now you're not going to get the most kills most often, because teams often don't crash, but that means you're playing for that first place, which is 10 points. And getting in the top few teams is 3 points to begin with. So who needs kills if you can get a chance at 10 placement points?
Yeah, one of an old comp player. I don't know if you ever heard of Typhus. He one of the biggest things he always had me doing whenever we were playing duos, and you know that was more like a Make-A-Wish thing. I was the Make-A-Wish kid in that situation. Was he was always telling me, he was always saying, Crab, you know, we gotta at least get top 10, because if you're getting top 10, more than likely you are getting to the final circle. So the more that you're able to rotate in and be in the position to set yourself up to be in the top 10, the higher chances you're going to become the winner.
I'm not due to no typhus. I mean, I was grandfathered into comp by him and his teammates. AE was founded by his members, which is my current team that I own, along with He Who Watches, if anybody remembers that name.
He Who Watches was one of the people was one of the first people I ever made a hype video for. So
right. And FYI, all of y'all, he's got a kid on the way, and he had a wedding last September. I was at that as one of his groomsmen.
Congrats to him.
Yes, congrats to him.
It's quite different from the days of, you know, him being a college student, working and trying to get it all figured out. As we can see, Havs just in a terrible spot here, fighting both the zone and Dub Hub, and Zach Baby's nice little MK14 there. But Wagon seems to be getting a wrap on him, and it's going to take him out, and that's going to be it for HE on Miramar. Ooh.
Yeah, that is rough to see. I was really looking forward. I know you said some DMARC shots at distance on the RMV here, but I was really looking to see a lot from HE, and they just seem to be getting stuck between Blue Zone and a squad all the time. And you know, with a team that's as good as them, I'd like to see a little more out of them.
Yeah, I'm not used to them having, you know, quick exits into the game. As we can see, a Bazaar getting a nice little exit. You know, we say it's a quick exit, but, you know, we look at the time, it's still 20 minutes in. We can see CK having a bit of trouble here as AJ is about to go from the frying pan into the fire. And
into hell, more like it. He's gone. He's the other world now. He's the afterlife.
Yeah, he's certainly he's prepping the oranges for the team as we're about to hit, you know, halftime for the teams, basically, with game 3 coming up. So
I think Dub has a good Dub might win another game. If you look at where they're rotating into, there's not a lot of aggression, not a lot of teams in the area. All they're really gonna have to worry about is RMV coming down the backside or on the north side of them. They did lose one player, gets there, so the wave space havoc is down. But if they can make it into these little crevices that are just on the east side of them, they have a very high chance of playing in game here into the zone.
They do have RMV on the backside now. K7 holding on for dear life here as Gav looks to be coming to an end here. He's doing his best. He's down to bandages at this point. One unlucky shot for him, but maybe, you know, on the flip side, a lucky shot for another team is going. Ooh, correction, Strafe still alive, but he's gonna have to be healed up. He's still being seen. He drops a first aid, and Gav not going for the reds here, just letting him die out. So interesting move there. Now Boatman seems to be having an angle, but skill over luck coming over top. Let's check in with Tweak here, as he's got one to his bottom right, as well as the last member of 7 in the middle. But ooh, Boatman, there you go. He talks a big talk, but he's certainly walking the walk at the moment. So let's check in with him, see if he. Oh, so now he knows he's being targeted. Let's see if he's gonna pull out his K9 and if he's going to be able to pull it off. So we can see the final rotation of these teams.
But Bolty, though, this is like the favorite situation. No, this is the favorite situation to Bolty. This is the opportunity for him to push across. Oh no, they don't even try to heal. They both got up and looked. Did you see that? Both guys, Tweak and Mark, looked over the edge. Tweak didn't even heal. He knew he was probably going to get pushed, looked over with Mark, and they just beamed Boatman. But you still have the last member, Wagon, able to rotate in front of him. And he's going to be in a decent spot. I really thought they were going to play for those crevices, but they never made it.
They never did, and now Wagon all alone, but he's going to find all of K7's loot, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because, well, for me, I would have stuck around a little bit longer, but now Tweak is going to be, no, Tweak's not going to be looking down. Instead, he's going to have Viclor in front of him, but we're going to go over to where OL is fighting fully automatic and taking a couple with them, as well as next threat on the left side as well. So quite an interesting final, second to last circle that we're getting here. I say second to last circle, but let's be honest, we're probably gonna have 3 more, as all these teams are just in the buildings. But you know, RMV sitting pretty on the left. Wagon in an unfortunate situation as 3 members of Skyline started chucking grenades at him. He's got the.
Look what happened to him.
He actually dies from fully automatic's ghost hunt as they got involved with it, and they're gonna start shooting down. This Tweak's gonna have his hand in it as well and start shooting. But he's gonna have to watch out for Ben M's and his SLR. We'll get that first second.
Skyline's getting saved.
Ooh.
Skyline absolutely getting like saved by the teams at the moment. They should. If you saw the guy in the car had lethals on him in the position to lethal out Skyline, kill him outright. But he gets saved by fully automatic from inside. Yeah. San Martin. RMV saves him from SOL. Anytime Skyline's being shot at, somebody else on the edge is DMRing the person who's DMRing them.
Yeah. Wagon had a prime opportunity to get a nice little triple kill for his team, but instead he gets finished off by fully automatic, and Skyline finds themselves, you know, they're center circle, but there's one vehicle to help them out, and they are just, it's like a bunch of sharks swimming around a school of tuna. They've certainly got to be careful, because the moment that one of their teammates gets knocked, it's going to have to be, we've got to play everyone else and be able to play. As you can see, Viclor goes for some kills, but Mark says, here,
but Venom seals it.
Yeah.
RMV stole it. RMV, have you noticed? RMV's been taking a lot of kills. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but they've been snagging. I want to see how many kill steals they have this round, because I've seen a lot of people get knocked, and then the RMV just steals it in the zone. And this zone is a tough circle. Skyline, I thought it was going to be the death of them going that early into that center of the map, but as you can see, like, it might have been the best decision. They're down to 2, but there's no hard cover anymore. It's all just rich zone play. I'm honestly giving over to RMV. They have the best position. Fully automatic, if they can get rid of POTD or OL, which I don't think they're going to be able with just 2 people, they could have a massive game here. They're already on 10. Mizbo with 6 himself.
Yeah, I don't know if you also noticed, but Skyline got a care package hand-delivered by the PUBG gods themselves as they start making a push towards potentially dangerous Academy, I believe. Yeah, as now it's up to Unem, who has 3 health, but that's going to be it. However, Sparkle is able to knock one of the members of OL, so we're down to our final 5. Nobody is in circle at the moment. RMV strongest at the moment, however, as they have 3 of their 4 members, if I'm doing my math correctly, which I am. So, joke's on you, Dad. I'm finally good at math. But it's a 2v2v3v1. So a nice little final circle preview.
Skylines out. Who's your bets on? Who's your bets? What's your bets? Give me your bets. My money is on Skyline here. Skyline's my money here because they're the only team that's not that well outside of RMV. But RMV has to like kind of get pushed by FA. So if RMV loses 1 or 2 here, I think Skyline has the best opportunity. But honestly, I'm wrong. This is what mold comes by.
Some bad news for your bet.
I'm not already, man. Obviously, I'm not a betting man. You know, that's God telling me, hey, you're supposed to be a Christian. Don't bet. It's bad. Bible says no, and that's why right there. Because clearly, I'm not a betting man. But right there, that OL, I love the names of their team because it's all ways of saying hello. But it's who's the actual player? Yeah,
Oh my
you
god,
get
I never
howdy,
noticed that.
hey, it's a howdy, hey, hiya, stuff like that. It's
That's
so funny.
fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
Ooh,
I know who.
Marco. Ooh.
There goes Marco. OL actually looks like that. It looks like it's their game
Oh
at
well,
this point.
they've got the position. They've got the most real estate here, and everyone
Not if they
knows.
get Junior to that position though. If they let Junior cross street, OL's in a lot of trouble because they're gonna start getting shot from multiple angles.
Do they know that Junior is making a push across the street? That's the question.
He's looking to see if they're looking.
He also has to contend with FA looking at him as well. So if he's gonna make a move, he's gonna do it soon. As Junior takes down Mizbo and FA is down to 1, the smokes and grenades are going to start flying here. As you know, we see Ghost trying to do his very best, but doesn't look like Junior's gonna be making that cross. Howdy and Hey looking at him saying Konnichiwa, please try and cross. We've got some bullets that would also like to say hello to you as well. So
Who sure does it start with an H though? Unless it's silent.
Konnichiwa. As Hay gets his 4x from Moscow, and now the two members of RMV making a Junior gets spotted, and we're gonna go to the is on top of them as Junior and Mizbo, or Junior and Hay, are able to knock him, but the grenade goes in, and that's 2 knocked for RMV, and suddenly my bet is about to come up short. I'm about to lose everything. The wife is going to be very mad as the final shots. Oh, he runs out of ammo. Is he just going to... The grenade's going to do it. That's it.
Yeah, the grenade's gonna do it. Grenade.
Hey, hi, hello. Team 17 with the most kills and the first place dub as we go into Game 3. Quite a showing. RMV, I don't think we mentioned their name Game 1, but Game 2, they certainly showed up and decided to put a show on. You know, even though they had 4 kills, they had that second place finish was a big one for them, and fully automatic with that top 3 finish as well. And well, no surprise, skill over luck. Top 5 finishes again.
Yeah, and I want to point out, basically 4 teams had all the kills that round. Like there were 4 teams. There was one team that was 9 kills, but the other 3 were 10, 10, and 11. Between so what is that? What is that? That's 40 kills between just the 4 teams. That's almost the entire lobby if you really think about it, especially since there were still 3 up at the end there. That is an absolutely nuts amount of kills for the like that was an action-packed game for those teams. None of them are going to be super disappointed because like I said, all it takes is 8 points. 8 points is all you need, and if you got that consistently, you're probably going to be first place at the end of the league.
Action-packed for 4 teams and our viewers, but everyone else certainly not having a great time there as they were the receiving end of that. And I'm sure a lot of teams aren't really used to
Freeman. Look at those peculiar marks. Fascinating. Just look at that. Interesting. Have you ever seen anything like this? Oh, stop! Don't you find this all rather fascinating? Fascinating. Crab. Freeman. Look at those peculiar marks. Fascinating. Just look at that. Interesting. Have you ever seen anything like this? Oh, stop! Don't you find this all rather fascinating? Fascinating. Crab.
right now the meta is really DMR shots at distance and just picking off kills that way. And you really see the meta push toward DMR's ARs. But if you can get some visual clutter in there where teams have to get a little bit closer, we might see some more SMG, shotgun, VSS type action. As far as I know, I'm the only player who consistently runs anything other than an AR DMR slash sniper combo, where you'll see an SMG or a VSS in play. But I think some visual clutter that's consistent thing that's fair for all the players, like fog or rain, would be good. Again, another drop. AFI and NT this time. RMV also. NT. Look at NT. They are trying to make a decision between two different teams that are surrounding them on their drop.
Yeah, some people were mentioning in the Discord that they didn't necessarily put down a drop, which is a little ridiculous in my opinion. And as we can see, Antopap not with the rest of his team, so he's gonna have to play catch up.
Goodness.
The circle on the left side here, because we did have a left to right, south to north playing path. We have some shots over here. Doesn't look like Tom's.
Do you not notice that's 4 teams? 4 teams down there. It's not just K7. That's NT, K7, AFI, and RMB.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's quite the clusterfuck over here, and I'm sure nothing will be said about it within the Discord. Which reminder, exclamation point BGE to join it.
And everybody's very professional in there as well.
Absolutely.
Just for those of you that are joining. No hatred at all. No rage. It's very
toxicity.
Clean set.
Yeah, it's just a bunch
None
of professionals.
At
Let's see. Strafe not able to get any of his shots to land, but
What a name, by the way. Strafe Tavius. That's a strong name. I like it.
Yeah, it's that's one of my favorite things, is that seeing all of the names that are within the comp scene. It's just the creativity that people are able to come up with. It's quite a good one. Definitely a stronger one of the names we've seen so far. We could see some action here as RMV starts driving down towards Strafe. We won't see what happens though.
Quick stat correction as the game is being corrected right now. Fadeax from P9 is not 9 years old, y'all. He's 12. He was 9, which what he told me. He said, I was 9. Well, of course you were 9. If you're 12, hopefully you were 9 at one point.
Nope,
but
skip that year.
he's actually 12 years old. That's still impressive. He is still one of my... It's always fun to see him frag out. Because I've been around for quite a bit. I'm an old man at this point as far as comp is concerned. I still remember the days when Little Cat was still Little Kid in the Hat instead of Kidsos. And Little Kid in the Hat was that kid back in the day, where he was really young, fragging out in tournaments, literally winning. He won 2 lands at a really young age. Granted, I don't think P9's doing that anytime soon. As much as I love Blurtsy playing with his kids and all that, it's not the strongest team. But Fadeax, as a 12-year-old, doing what he does in tournaments, I've literally seen him solo 1v4 teams before. It's a nuts little 12-year-old, and if he's doing that now, imagine what he's gonna be doing in a few more years when he's really matured as far as just his capabilities.
I really don't want to think about a 12-year-old 1v4ing my team. It's not great. Here's something that we were talking about early on with the care packages. We can see it was a nice little double drop, and you can see it's multiple care packages that have come.
RMV's already looking at it too.
They're looking at what is. Strat? Oh, is Strafe fighting a bear?
Possibly.
Yes, he is. Oh, Strafe! Oh, no!
No, what is this?
Oh, Strafe!
And the bear thirsts, too? What? I thought if you lay down and cower and go in that position, bear leaves you alone. That is not realistic. I need PUBG to fix it.
I'm just going to say it might look like I'm clipping that, but that's because I am. So now we'll see that Strafe. Ooh, I wanted to go and see what Strafe was gonna get, but
K7 might be tilted here, by the way. K7 it might have been coming into this match tilted. They were upset that they were getting dropped on the first match by Skyline. This match they have one guy drop at the end of the plane path, maybe disconnected. Don't really know. We'd have to see if he's reconnected or what he's doing on the north side of the map. But they 3 other teams drop around them on this map. One guy gets really separated on the drop. One guy gets separated, you know, at the end of the drop, and they have one guy died to a bear. Like, one of those guys dies to a bear. What are you doing? Oh, DBS. Is there anything more disappointing than finding a DBS in a care package?
No. No, there isn't. What is going on with...
It's just some rotate. We got some rotation kills coming in. Oh my goodness, that health. AJ.
Oh,
Hopefully he's boosted. Oh no. Hopefully he's boosted. You really gotta get right on top of him when you select.
I wasn't
You'd be
even
like-
so there. I was trying to get that nice little,
He's still driving too, man. He's sweating. They're still like,
boot,
so
man,
far away.
just with a prayer, trying to get it done. Should have pulled out his bolty. I think he could have gotten it, but you know, it would have been good. And we could see Turbot linking up again. Apparently,
Did
we're
R&B
following
pick up those
Boatman now.
Did R&B pick up those packages in the south? Oh, that was them we were watching? Oh, good for them.
And now
AFI about to get some free packages.
AFI
And the compound
rotating.
too.
Yeah. Or they might not be. Who knows? I don't
Oh, they're going there. They're going.
No, they're not. What just
No
happened?
way.
Come on.
No way. They're not go. No way. They're not going there. That's unfortunate. They don't go there because it's center of zone and it's got the packages on it. Like they might be scouting it. They're scouting it. They're going to it. They're going to it. He's calling it cleared. They're going out to look at, and they're gonna get free package. They're gonna walk up, pull and be like, wait, this package is here. But what's more disappointing than finding a DBS in the package? PUBG. Listen, if there's any PUBG people watching right now, here's what you got to do. All right, get the DBS back out of the packages, re-nerf it, and put the O12 in the package. That's what you got to do. O12 goes in the package. Give it a slight. Don't even fix. Realistically, here's for all of you that who can't use the O12. Here's how you use the O12. All right.
You get
angle
good.
grip. It's angle grip, muzzle brake. And if you can't get a muzzle brake, it's flash hider. Here's why. The gun really only has horizontal recoil. Doesn't have a lot of vertical. A lot of people think it does, but it really doesn't. It's mostly horizontal. Wait, hold. This is a close fight.
Yeah, we've got FA in a terrible position here as POTD, aka potentially dangerous, just going in all around them. They've got T-Serm's team up and going at them too. So it's a nice little 3 Mexican standoff, as they call it. I lied. There's a 4th team on the prowl. Let's see what Unem is able to see here, and if he's able to get anything going. Yeah, I saw what Nasty said. Very interested to see why he's not able to hear anything. Sparkle's going. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties at the moment. It looks like. Are you able to pull up the stream to hear?
I'm pulling it up right now. It might be muted. Has it all been muted this entire time?
Audio capture said that it's been going, so.
Yeah, I don't hear anything coming from it.
I'm literally looking at the audio input capture, showing that it's there.
Make sure nothing's muted, though. Make sure you don't have any of it muted. You didn't click anything to mute it?
No. Alright, well, I've unmuted everything again. muted and unmuted.
I heard your... Okay, now I'm hearing it.
Oh, you know what it is?
No, I hear it. Okay.
So it's something muted on the, that's it. But as we refocus back in, we've got Eon versus Exactly versus Eon Vex, and Exactly able to get the first, but not able to get the second, as Haynes is going to be taking him out. We can see Space Havoc backing off, not able to get Boatman. It looks like he's just going to get away. Or is he?
It's gonna be tough. Sodacans are a good shot. This team's a good shot. This is our dark horse team. Fully automatic at a distance though. He's not even next to his team. I wonder what he's doing all the way out here in the fields. I mean, obviously it's good for him because. Wait, no, they've already lost 2. So they're down to just 2 right now. Hope Mizbo gets found.
Mizbo gets found and he gets taken out. And as we scoot on over to AFI versus Platinum. Is it Platinum? No, it's not P9. Towards Phase 9. Apologies. Falling Tick. I don't know how you can go down to down with an MG3, but it happened. We're gonna follow your boy Phase. What he's able to do.
Decorino finds 1 at a distance, cleans up the kill as well.
He's gotta be careful.
Finds him. P9, 3. Aldo Blurchy Jr., another young player in the scene. I'm not sure how. I think Blurchy's the older brother of Blurchy Jr. is the older brother of Fade Axe. So if Fade Axe is 12, Blurchy's at least gotta be 13. Young squad, really young squad.
The youngins.
And they're getting surrounded right now. 3 teams surrounding that one little compound. Do you see that?
Yeah.
They are in a tough situation.
Yeah, but Phase 9 in a good situation with guns as they ascended on Affinity, who got all those care packages we saw. However, HE looking to make a play here and take out. Surely he just saw Blurty. Did Spence see him? No, it doesn't look like it at all, but he sees the shots, or hears the shots to his right, going into that compound, so now he's going to look and be like, hey, that car shouldn't be there, neither should any of those other vehicles. I wonder if there's anyone inside of it. No.
Well, they didn't know before. They're definitely going to know now with Decorino pulling up in the car, but they should have known before anyways because Decorino was the one who killed them. They're all going into... Oh, man, that's tough. If HE has blue zone grenades and is able to get close to that tower, that's basically death for that entire team. If they have 2 blue zones, there's almost guaranteed death for that entire team. But they have to get close to it. I've never even seen... I don't think I've ever even seen that building before, to be honest with you. That's how often I actually play Vikendi. What? There's even like a walkout that you can walk onto from the windmill. I've never seen that. That's nuts. That's a cool building right there. They should have more of those.
Ooh.
But
Phase
here
9
comes.
Phase 9
And they already got a knock.
Blurty Jr. goes down. Fingers, y'all need to start focusing about what's below you instead of what's out and about. As you said, one blue zone is what finishes it for everyone, and you can see the blue zone in the hand of one of them. There it is.
And he cleans him up.
There it is. Fingers.
Oh my goodness.
Just eating the blue.
Oh no.
But another one goes down. Now it's all up to
Blue
the
zone
flesh.
Decorino coming in. Oh, he's gonna go for the res. If he comes through the smoke, he's dead. Was he on the same floor? I couldn't tell. Oh, he's coming down. He's coming down.
Oh, there he's doing. He's behind him, and he's going to take out Phase 9. Lincoln's getting in with AJ and Unem. Taking out CK, but that was... Now HE finds themselves in a terrible situation as one blue zone takes them out as the Hey Hi How Are Ya clan coming in. Ooh. Oh well.
Knocking himself. He was in a hurry. I gave him a hurry there. Oh my goodness.
We can see down below Skyline going for some packages.
Yep.
No mercy.
Careful, last team. Yeah, last NA team to pick up packages died not long later. So you really got to be careful, especially swimming all the way out there into the cold water.
Case
It's a good thing Case.
3 still alive. Next threat, definitely feeling it here as Kizzy. Personally, for me, you know, you could go directly behind that tree, but you just don't know what the angles are. I personally would have picked them up, moved them back, but that's just me. I got that dog in me. Not saying that these teams don't, but that's just what I would have done, because now you still put yourself in a position to be re-knocked or knocked in this situation based on teams' angles.
The pickup is a game changer for the fireman carrier, picking up your teammate and walking with them. A lot of times, even if you're not nearby, it's just better to pick them up and walk them away, because if you stay on the tree, they can just keep shooting the tree. Even if you smoke the tree, they can see the tree, so they have a pretty good idea of where the edge of that tree is at the bottom, and they can just keep spamming it. And if you just even get tapped right after you get your edge, you just get re-knocked. And that's if another team's not near enough by to just start nading you. So like he said, the fireman carry, get him out of there is a lot of times the better play these days.
It's definitely, or, you know, even if, I know in that situation it's not possible, but my duo partner and I like to do the false smoke operation, where he throws a smoke, usually because it's me getting knocked. There's smoke somewhere else, he's able to pick me up, and then we're able to, you know, get the drop on the duo or squad if we're playing that in whatever situation, able to get that nice little drop on the other team that's fighting us. So it really throws them off. It's, you know, we just hit the nice little old 23 skidoo. We've got a lot of action. Kizza finds himself in a little bit of trouble with next threat. Ooh, as H.
Fully automatic.
Hacking?
Hacking.
Hacking? Yeah, okay, we'll go with
Yeah,
that.
we're not gonna call him hacking, because that's just, we're not giving him that. You're not that good, buddy.
As hacking, or even hawking, not able to hawk his way through the next zone as he gets taken out. You can see a nice even spread in the bottom right hand corner, as a lot of teams able to carve out a nice little spot for themselves. We see the single member of Platinum 7 Gaming all alone. We can see Kizzo was able to get back to the buildings. Let's see if Anto P or if Gav has anything for next threat, as that's certainly their next threat. I'm sorry I'll go home. But they've got a nice little hill about them. Everyone just has a nice little slice of the map. They're all just cuffed up. RMV a little bit split here, but they've got their own respective buildings. Hey, hi, how are ya? Howdy.
Yeah, this is that edge gameplay that we're seeing right here. This is when it's going to be those teams getting a lot of kills, and it's nice to have the hard cover that you have in Pavilka or any city in general. But like, what's the likelihood that you're going to get any kills out of that, outside of maybe somebody making unless the zone comes to you, you're basically sitting to do nothing for the next few zones for the most part. I mean, you're seeing a few knocks here and there. Maybe Antopap gets cleaned up, which probably will happen if not bleed out.
There's no way K7 goes for him. It's just you can't get the smoke off in the water. It just doesn't do it. Actually, we'll follow what D's gonna do. It's just not possible to get him. He tried to get there, wasn't able to. Eon falling victim to both Skyline and potentially Dangerous here. So they are done. Are they done? Yeah, they're done. Lot better showing. I want to say a lot better showing, but it seems like they've the last 2 games they've played, they've finished around the 10 to 13 team mark. So we still want them to get in a little bit more. Love that my controller is breaking. So I'm gonna need to fix that. Not really sure why. It's just going to random people. I wanted to get into No Mercy, see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's just chilling. He's got a campfire set up.
Yeah, he's got, I think I see some marshmallows on him right now, but it looks like he's getting a little bit scared at the moment. He's got skill over luck on top of him, but they're currently fighting, and ooh, his game is done as G.
Yep.
G able to pick him off. We're gonna get to the skill over luck, boys. The grenade's gonna go, and we're gonna follow this one in, and it looks like it's going to be a bad one. I knew it was gonna be bad the whole time. I didn't think it was gonna be good. But now we'll head back to Ben, and he's got sparkles right in front of him. So thought maybe he was gonna be throwing out another grenade, but he's not gonna be able to, and it's a 3v3 fight here as potentially dangerous looks to make a nice little feisty duel and rotate into zone. Both teams still out, and ooh, I don't know if you see this in the bottom right hand corner, but Skyline is making their way towards the backside of potentially dangerous. They see all the smoke, they hear all the commotion, and they want to get involved as well. And now G has sparkles in his sights, able to take down one. Mold able to take out Sparkles. There's more fighting in town, just a bunch of knocks in town, so we're just gonna stick over here. We're gonna see the shots fly as potentially damage goes from 4 to 3. We're gonna go back to Ben M's because now he's on their backside. I don't think he sees Carrasco back, but Carrasco certainly sees him, and then he's not able to take out him now. But Carrasco able to knock the sweep, and Carrasco gets knocked all up to Linkadox. The last five is going to be able to take down Marco, and now he has Ben's looking at him, but he's also got to be careful that he doesn't overexpose himself from the backside. He sees he sees Marco, but he's not able to finish him off. Sorry, Ben's, but is not able to finish him off, and Ben's is the last alive for skill over luck, who is looking to have another good finish. Not sure how we got here, but Deco seems to be the only member alive of his team at the moment as he goes and tries to get Fletch. You gotta just pray that, Kizzy has no blue zones for it, but he's also got Prince coming over top. He's gonna try and get in.
I think they're gonna 3-man push it. It looks like they're gonna go for a 3-man push here instead of nading it out. Dangerous option.
Yes.
Wait, no, they lost. It's 1v3. Oh no, he jumped outside.
Deco jumps out for the. Oh, but he's got a grenade right on top of it.
Oh, misses it. Just
22. Oh, but he sees one member of
Mine's one. That's it.
In.
Damage.
And now Flex is going to come from over top. There goes the knock, or there goes the stream. Love it, PUBG. Thank you so much. Make it so easy.
Yeah, it's while we're getting back into the match, it's Skyline getting the opportunity. I want to point out with Skyline, I like what they were making. They were making plays with two guys. Two guys are giving cover fire and information, while the other two went and played out. I think they got 2 or 3 kills out of taking a small risk to kind of get that third party or fight started on the edge of zone there as we were coming into that. That windmill fight that HE and Next Threat were doing, but you got to see that from the teams. Like, if you want kills, you got to do exactly that. Like, if you see an opportunity, take a small risk to get a few kills. Like I said, it only takes, 3 kills is worthwhile risking maybe one person. 2 kills really is worthwhile risking one person, especially this late in the zone, where getting rid of those opposing teams is a bigger and bigger deal. Eliminating a team is possibly not only an extra point or 2, but also a point from placement.
Yeah, and as we see when we come back from the action, D and Twazi, D and T are the last members of Next Threat still alive. It looks like they were able to finish off Bletch and Decorino. So now we're down to the final 6. As we see in the bottom right-hand corner, PT does have a couple care packages. We can see that Skyline heavily in their buildings, as well as OL. So we're just gonna have a bunch of ratting. That's just what it is. Calling it as we see it. Next threat, not in a good position as they have, they're out of zone. We have two teams in zone, although Ben M's might qualify as a third, but they are in a terrible position as they are on the outskirts of zone, and surely, no, I don't think any of them can really see them. No, can't really see them. So maybe Ben M's and team will be able to get that final two kills. Certainly K7 going to have the hearing advantage here. But I think they may lose one player here. We can see Skyline making that push.
Making a push, 6 kills already. This is going to be a big play, very important for them. If they can take this compound from PG right in front of them, finds one. Man, that is a bad time to be trying to get out of there in Ganku. If they can take this compound, which looks like they are, they already got rid of one. They can play kind of on the outside of it for a moment here. After pushing until it gets found. If they can get in here, this is a massive chance. But they're getting third party from behind as well. I don't know if you can see that.
Right, has a nice little P90 for the supporters. Now the Hey Hi How Are Ya clan coming to say, hey hi how are ya? Hey, ran right past him. He's not going to do anything. Now he makes his move. And now he's going to get the second OL member.
Oh my goodness.
And just like that, OL has one member left, and they're gone. They came to say hello, but instead, they were told goodbye. And Rek needs to get this first aid off. He's got two members in front of him. That RPG does nothing for them.
Highlight's gotta know this is their moment to push, though. With all that going down, are they
The
still?
grenades.
They lost one though.
They did. The grenades are out. Oh, a beautiful grenade by G takes them both out. And so we'll go over to where K7 and R&B are fighting as Gab picks up a nice little shotgun. So I wonder what happens to that. Why is he picking up a shotgun? Gab getting grenaded. He's going to throw he throws a nice little molly and gets Baba gets Baba all nice and toasty, but he's able to warm back up, and he's going to return the favor. Kizza able to knock one. He's got another one on the same floor. He's got Junior waiting for him. He's going to throw in the blue zone grenade. Ben M's going to be going around the right side. Now, Kizza
Got himself with that.
Kizza got himself, and Junior tries to go into the front door, but instead he finds the bullets of Kizza.
Oh my goodness.
And now it's just Ben M's left, and K7 Gab. Oh, sorry, Baba coming in, but Mold making a nice little push, which is the smart play here. You can see G and Viclor in the back, but
Why was Keeps not with his teammates for that fight? He must have been holding off that Skyline as best as he could. Keeps sitting inside right next to Mold. That's what Twitch Baba Kibu is actually. It's Keeps. He's calling Keeps for short.
Yeah,
he must have been trying to hold out Skyline because there's no reason you wouldn't be trying to help out your team other than trying to hold out a whole nother one.
I want that perspective.
That's why he has a shotgun.
that was we only got to see the receiving end of that, but it was quite the peak. Oh, and now Viclor gets caught out, and Gab has his sights on him.
Oh my goodness.
Mold looking to push around. They're not going to be able to push out of the house. 1C4 could end this game for everybody. Keebs looking to make a nice little flank, but he doesn't know that G is on the outside. Maybe he does now. Oh, he gets his final 2 kills there.
Wuchi026 GX100.
Fight, and there it is. RMV is eliminated, so now we've got another 2v2. Let's see what Mold is going to be able to have in store for them. You see Gab on the roof, but Mold doesn't know. Now he does. He takes his AUG red dot, starts looking at him. Kizza looking to get into the action as well. There's not really much that can happen. He's looking for G to provide some type of support for him. We can see we're in the final circle here. Gab making a play out to the right. He's going to have G running up from behind as we see Mold taking him out. BGE finds the shotgun. Gav has to trade back hard. A couple shots on Mold. Both of them are down to half health. He's half boosted. Can he pull this out? Let's watch for the moment as Kizza is around providing those crucial callouts for Mold or for Gav here. It's not as Mold just finds his way.
Highline. Massive game there. Massive.
Yeah, that was the game that they needed. That's going to shoot them to first place without a doubt. They've had 2 top 5 finishes before this, and now a win plus 14 kills is going to give them that 24 points and for sure shooting to the top.
Yeah, and I want to point out, remember, K7 started this match surrounded by 3 teams with basically just 2 guys, lost 1 guy to a bear, and had 1 guy drop at the end of the playing path on the other side, literally on the other side of the map from his team. They were on the south side of the map. He dropped on the north side. 1 guy got separated from the team on the drop. Of the 3 that dropped together, he got separated, killed by a bear, basically left them up as just a 2-man, not technically, but basically for a good solid moment there going into the game. And they somehow still pulled out a 2nd place with 5 kills. Somehow got their guy who dropped solo back to the team near the end there. That is magical, to say the least, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it was a much needed win for Skyline, and it was a great effort with everything that K7 experienced there. So
For us to grab some waters, and while we wait.
all right, let me get a nice little test from
Are we
you real
muted?
quick. All right, we're back. Waiting for one more to get in here. Make sure that everybody is good. Sorry for the audio issues.
All right, back. Whew. Just let me know when we're getting unmuted.
We are good and unmuted.
All right, we're good and unmuted. Hello, everybody. We're back. And I've got my water.
What's
We're gonna add promo real quick here, y'all. If you've never heard of Hint Water, get yourself one of those. It is if you like water, it's great for the casters, but it's great for y'all too and your healthy bodies. It's basically just a filtered fruit drink water. It's no fruit in it really. It's just essence. The way I would describe the Hint Water, real quick to y'all, is if you left a bottle of water in a room with the cap off and you left a strawberry in the same room, not in the water, just in the room, that's what it tastes like. Right? It basically tastes like water with a very light memory of what a fruit would taste like. It's actually very clean, very delicious. We're not getting promoted for this. I just figure, we're all watching. Drink healthy.
Drink healthy.
Or don't. maybe get wasted while you're watching the stream. That's fun too.
All right, game 4. Do you know if we have a Twire yet?
We do not have a Twire yet. We're hopefully getting that fixed if we ever can. It's all down. We only have 2 people to make the Twire. One is unfortunately preoccupied today, and the other is playing the tournament, which is under OL. It's OL Hay is Perp, which is the guy who usually makes the Twire. But if you've been watching, you have a pretty good idea of who's winning, and who's doing what. I'll see if I can't get a Twire for everybody, but unless I get access, I won't be able to do that.
Nice. Alrighty. It's anyone's game at this point, so it'll be. What is your thoughts so far on through 3 games? Who do you think really needs to step it up? Who's providing you with that wow factor, and who is disappointing you so far?
Disappointment, HE. Wow factor. I can't say I have had any. Well, no. Wow is OL. I think OL all 3 matches has done pretty well. They've been making it in game. Perp's been doing a phenomenal job IGLing them. I mean, there's some individual plays that I've seen. Matty Irek having the wherewithal to wait for those 2 guys to go into the warehouse this last match before getting active on them, I think was a heads up play by him. I mean, he got 2 kills and eliminated another team doing that. He had 3 actually. He got all 3 of them. So 3 kills and seemed to have a lot of points there going into it. But he ended up getting 5th place by doing that, and that's just 4th place. So yeah, 4th place, allowing them to enter like that. And so that was a wow play. But WoW is OL. Disappointment. I think HE right now. I was looking for a lot more from them coming into the tournament.
Yeah, I was definitely the first. My expectations of them is based off the first event that I casted when I returned to BGE, which they just ran away with it, and they really showed how dominant they could be. They won multiple games in a row, and it was just like, I don't know who these guys are. This is my first time seeing them, but it seems that everyone else is going to have problems moving forward in these tournaments. But maybe it was just that one, maybe it wasn't, but they need to start showing up. There's still 2 weeks left, but if they don't start showing up now, who knows?
Right. I agree. They need to start showing up.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, let's go to game 4 in Miramar. All right, everybody. We have a nice east to west, south to north circle going on. We're going to see the teams dropping in their normal spots, as we saw in the second game. Hopefully the chat is fixed. I hope so. It's not. I apologize. We'll get it right for the next broadcast, but it should be fixed now. We've got a couple of teams that are close together. We got Dub Hub and RMV dropping close. We've got Eon and Phase 9 together. We've got K7 grabbing their little compounds, and Skyline getting Cantera, your favorite spot. Surprised more teams don't go to water treatment. It's personally, it's the best spot in the game. I understand Flight Path couldn't take some teams where they were expecting, but it's all about loot and being most central. These are the the 4 spots that are just really the I can't mark. So it's Power Grid, Graveyard, San Martin, Hacienda, and Water Treatment, which you could also throw in Picado too, based on the difference, the distance difference between San Martin Water Treatment and Picado. But it's the most centralized location, allows you to move out. Where the fully automatics are, there's always at least 2 cars that spawn here. Yep, there's one, there's the other. So you can always find vehicles down here. It's just a great central location. So yeah. You are. There we go. Hello, testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, there we go. Just making sure.
Freeman. Look at those peculiar marks. Fascinating. Just look at that.
Looks like Skill Over Luck gonna be able to sneak on by, but there is still that one last member that's gonna have a chance of shooting. Finish. Okay. Boatman finds himself down. We talk. Okay. It's quite odd as he was just floating there. So we can see the 2 members of Potentially Dangerous finishing him off. His game will be done. Dubhub does need a big finish here. Can't hear you. I don't know if you're not talking.
I'm making the quiet right now.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. Okay, so you just got me talking for a little bit. Hope that's okay. Even if it's not, deal with it. We've got the FAs coming in. It looks like Potentially Dangerous can be able to get a nice little package. We can see the rest of the rotations. We'll leave this up so that we can rotate. Just kidding. We're going over to here where Skill Over Luck is in a fight with Platinum 7 Envy or Fixie, getting one on Izzy. It looks like he's gonna pull off though. Is he gonna be able to make it out? Yes, he is. Both teams lose one. It's Tweak able to move away. Got Eon looking to land on someone again. I'm curious to see what AJ has on him. Got a nice little FAMAS. FAMAS is in play, as well as whatever one of these boys have. Nothing. They have nothing. They have the armor, and that's it. But as we go back, we'll start to see the rotations yet again as they start coming in. And watch for a moment. See Zim and Eon. Hames. Not close together. Surely he shoots by accident. Did he shoot by accident? Not really sure. Grenade's gonna go inside. Ham's gonna have to dodge. He hears it, and it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to dodge it effectively. He's down to 5 health, and Zib able to finish him off. So now Eon down on a teammate yet again. Still have 7 places to go before they can, follow the trend that they've been following, where they've been out within first 10 teams. We've got a nice little team 12. CK console killers. They're in a nice little position. AJ all on his own. As we go back out, we're not really seeing any fighting at the moment. Could potentially see some stuff between HE and Platinum or Phase 9. Nothing happening so far. COL making their way in, and we can see the remaining members of P7 still weighing as well. AJ taking some shots at the skill over luck vehicles, try and take them out so that they're trapped as the rest of the members of CK start taking shots at the HE boys. For now, we'll just watch the rotations in as requested. For Gav to get a nice little steal of the kill here as AFI starts making their way in. I don't think he realizes that has one close to him on his left within the field. Yeah, now he does, as Omerta starts shooting and Hobie starts past him, and Omerta finds himself in trouble as he's about to get dropped. I lied. He escapes with his life. As a rare miss from Gav here, as Omerta's gonna have to smoke himself out as the rest of his team leaves him behind. Where is he? Does he have any type of vehicle? No, he doesn't. Ooh, Czar knocks himself and kills himself as he falls off the mountain. Not sure how that happened, but it certainly has. Now, the only locals, aka OL, find themselves in trouble. Members of Skill Over Luck within the outskirts of La Cabrera, as they'll go back to full health, and Skill Over Luck is going to start driving away. As we check in with the CK team, Console Killers, you can see they're taking over the Little Millie, but little do they know is that they've got Eon behind them, and they have been spotted by soda cans. And Turbot finds himself in a little bit of a pickle here as he gets taken out by Pulse and his 6X Mini as AJ starts to throw some smokes on him. We can see that HE and PD are fighting. Let's see. Sparkle's all on his own fighting. Well, he was fighting with Carrasco, but Carrasco finishes him off. We can hear Falling Tick coming up behind. Get his perspective, see what he can see. He certainly sees them inside it, so... So gonna chuck him nice little grenade to the top. He's got one member of next threat in front of him. He's gonna get knocked back. We're gonna check in with the other members, see if they can see anything. Trying to see if there's no way that I'm. Not muted. The show goes on as AFI Hobie starts shooting towards D. Shoots inside the smoke. Sorry about that, folks. I'm losing my mind over here through technical difficulties that I've never experienced before. So we're gonna blame this all on
Me. That's my fault.
yeah,
It's on me.
probably. As he is oh so loud. Turn you down just a little bit. Actually, no. Turn that back up. But turn this down. Not hearing you so loud. But as we check in with the game, we can start to see that OL taking some shots at skill over luck, while Eon is starting to take shots at them. We can see, not sure what happened over here, but it looks like they're trying to get out of dodge. As Keebs is gets thirsted out by Kizza. The shots still start flying towards him as they start to make their way towards Dub Hub. Only locals taking shots at them. We can see that Phase 9 starting to take shots towards next threat, while Falling Tick is trying to avenge his fallen teammate. As he takes 2Z down to one shot as Hobie gets double teamed by D and don't miss. He was certainly not missing. Dubhub finds himself in a bad situation as Space Havoc, the only member still alive for them, But we'll apparently be checking on Falling Tick as he and Unfazed are starting to make their way into zone. Space Havoc able to take out one member of Skill Over Luck as he's got to pull off to start to heal again. Marco the last alive for Skill Over Luck. Fingers is, I'm not going to go there, is going to be potentially picked up by Fade, see what he does. Marco taking shots towards Space Havoc, trying to get him before my game crashes. We're not going to be able to see it, but I'm just going to presume that both of them are going to be going down to the zone. Take this one. Get a nice little taste of grape. Not brought to you by a hint of strawberry, like Ultimate Italian was saying. It's a nice little Crystal Light packet because I'm unhealthy and I like the taste of sugar. But maybe we can get sponsored. Hint, hint, please sponsor us. So that we can start being healthy. As we start to load back in the game, we can hopefully get Ultimate Italian back in here if he's not still messing with the Twire. Get some.
Mess with the Twire.
He's still messing with the Twire, so you're still stuck with me. But once we get back into it, as I start to look at chat, we can see Agmaniac Mike saying that he has played with you and you're one of the few that can use the O12. Mike, I'm gonna need you to stop lying. There's no need to gas up Ultimate Italian. We both know that you can't use the O12. But now your boy Fade is going down, and Blurtsy is about to go down to zone. No, Spence able to get him, and what do you know it? HE having a nice day so far, nice game so far. They have 6 kills. As we check in with Zim and Soda Cans as they take down AJ, and they turn their attention back all the way to fully automatic down below, but they should not have been paying attention that over there, as they are starting to get whacked out. Now Tom's is trying to get some points for his team. They so far only have 0 points, as we also saw the only locals not having a good game as they get eliminated early. Let's pull the map back up. We can see who is in zone, who is not in zone. We've got K7 shooting the Skyline boys. And I don't know about you, but every time I talk about Skyline, I don't think about the Nissan Skyline. I think about Skyline Chili because I'm fat. As Prim's able to take down one of the Skyline boys, he gets a nice little bowl of Skyline Viclor in his sights. So he'll have to back off as the 2 members of Skyline start. Mold and Kidzos tag him up as Kidzos goes for the res. As we check in with the fully automatic squad, they've got 1 member down as they get prepped and ready to move inside. We've got Soda Cans moving in on AFI, who is getting shot from behind. Oh, they preemptively throw a grenade, and Falling Tick not able to connect with any of his shots, but the preemptive grenade that fell from Unfazed Light able to take Serm down to half health, and now he's down to 14. But it does not matter as Serm and Psycho Killer take out AFI, and they finish just outside the money. They get no points other than what they've gotten with kills. But Serm gets knocked by Halves, and Mizbo and Aiden find themselves in trouble as Hecking is only able to dodge the bullets as best he can. He's going to have a tough time. He just runs in the zone and says, "You guys are not able to get any points on me." Instead, the zone is going to clean up nicely here as we are down to 8 teams, ladies and gentlemen. We can see G moving ever so closely up to RNB. They are shooting away at everyone else and not really focusing on the fact that Skyline is right next to them. Prism's moving literally right on top of G. He has no idea. Skill over luck. Marco dies to zone. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. They are right next to each other. Rims, I'm not sure if he knows that there's someone below him, but he's certainly suspicious about the situation that he's in. As Mold's, it might seem like Mold's footsteps have given him away. As in goes the grenade, and G gonna have to back off here. As Tom's, Bims, Bems, Q not able to fight off all of PT as they finish him off. Soda Cans in a nice position here, but they're going to have to move in as they're out of zone now. We can see Prim still trying to get anybody that's below him. And Benems could be seen in a bad spot. Junior exposing himself to K7, but none of them are looking at him. But he's going to start taking shots, but he's going to back off as Anto's M24 is able to get a nice little shot, but not able to connect. We've got Skyline trying to climb the mountain here. If they are able to get it, which I don't think they will, they are going to have the upper hand here as it is the tallest peak. Spence able to knock Zim. We'll check in with their shots, and we've got a DMR from Decorino on board. Spence gonna have to come back. We're gonna go back into Decorino with his DMR as we are on alert. Looks like he's gonna pull it back out and he's gonna put his sights on Psycho Killer. Psycho Killer is going to have the sights on him. As you can see, Skyline Mold and G both take out members of K7, but it's not going to be good for them as G gets taken back and Mold has quite the peak on K7 as they start making their push into zone. They are still in it, so there's no reason to be aggressive here as Safe is going to be knocked, but it's going to be within the zone. Mold able to take out, or Vikelord, Kidzo's able to take out Anto P. The grenade is going to go in, and it's going to bounce straight on Kidzo's dome. That's going to be it. K7 is eliminated, and now Skyline has to be careful because PT is right behind them, ready to take them out. We can also see that Deco Deco is down. Oh, we're going right back. We're going right back to PT as they have the angle on the last three members of Skyline, but Flat Clock, that's his name, Flat Clock, nothing else, gets knocked by Vikelor, who's off to the right, and now Vikelor doing Ultimate Italian's favorite thing and wasting some util here. As we can see, Spence goes down to zone. We've got Vikelor about to 1v3 him. Spence goes down and is finished off by zone. The other two members of Skyline showing up. In goes the random Molly into nothing as the Crab Shack is set on fire. The members of Soda Cans now have PT in their sights. They will be going at him. Rappa gets dropped by Vikelor over here as Wreck down to 2 health gets dropped as well, and now it's all up to Nkanu. But Serm able to steal kill from Skyline over here. They're in great position at the moment. They're looking for their first top 5 finish. They've got 9 kills already, so a nice first place finish here, plus at least 9 kills will yield them 19. For those that are looking for some quick maths at home, HE in a bad spot here with Zone coming in. They're going to be pushed away. However, they might have a chance to get in unless RMV, who is going to have another top 5 finish this game. It seems like Miramar is their map. Are going to have the angle, and now Junior, Decorino going to be taken out by Viklor, or by Serm, and Zone's going to finish off Bletch. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Skyline trying to make a push. They are not going to be able to wrap around RMB. That opportunity has been cut off by Zone. We've got the single member of PT down below. And we've got Soda Cans just taking some shots left and right. Viklor potentially going to have a nice little angle on Prims, but Prims knows that he's there. He cannot overextend himself. The grenade is going to go out. It's going to be long, even though it was underhanded. So the fighting will continue. Viklor in a bad spot here as the zone's going to push him in. The smokes are going to be his friend. Eserm and Zim up above in Kano. I don't think that they know that he's there. He's just waiting. We'll check in. Oh, as Viklor able to just stay alive by the hair on his little chinny chin. And now Benems decides to get a part of it. Surely they have to start wondering where this last person is. They know that there's 4 teams alive. And Inkanu's got to start getting, inching closer and closer. If he goes left more, he'll be in prime position. But it looks like he's trying to take at least 1 or 2 out with him. Does Zim know he's over there? No, he doesn't. He just knows. Now he's going to start taking a look. Both of them going to do a 2v1 push, so we'll stay here. And this is going to be it for Nkanu. Hello, Cat. Please get off of my chair. And that's it. Cat, get off of my chair. A little bullet just because. So now we're down to our final 3. Prims in a very bad spot as we were able to see Serm have that positioning, and it's all but going to ruin his angle that he had on Skyline. The grenades going in from Skyline. RMV has the height advantage here, as we can see. Let's see what Mold is going to be able to do as he leads the charge with his Groza. He's got 116 bullets back. He may not need all of them. He's certainly going to need to use all 42 to take down all 3 members. Now the push is happening. And the push does not go well as they trade. Skyline and RMV trade for 2 members down. And now Serm certainly going to have the advantage here as Viklor able to finish off RMV. They get a 3rd place finish, but Serm starting to push up. He knows where Viklor is. He has a grenade for him. Is it going to follow? Is it going to be enough? It's nearly perfect, and it is in fact perfect enough. And Sodacan, one of my dark horses, comes through and gets 23 points to put him back into the running for the 4th day. Or 4th game. Alrighty. I'm going to leave you guys with this cute little photo of Ultimate Italian real quick. I need to get a little bit more water. Hopefully he's done with the twire.
No.
But you get to look at him. Maybe a cat will show up. I don't know. But we'll be right back.
is a pain in the butt.
All right. We're back. Good.
I'm getting there. We're getting there. It looks like we're starting to get all the matches posted for the tournament. For the tour. Ooh, ooh. No, no. Okay. We see it. It looks like they're all starting to get go up right now. So should have the leaderboard up momentarily. Let me see. We have 3 of the 4 are up. I'll give a link in just a moment. We'll post it. I'll have Big Boss Crabber posted in the Discord for you. I mean, in the chat for you.
Better yet, if you send me the link, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, we go. I think that's it. And let me see. That is not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Yes, 4 matches so far, correct?
Yeah.
4 matches. Ooh, no way. Is that what we're going on? Is this correct? Let me check. Let me make sure it's a correct. Oh my goodness. Skyline just had 2nd place, 1st place, something like that. Match 2, match 3, match 4.
2nd place.
I think this is correct. Hold up, let's see here. And I think we have it. All right, let me copy the URL. No, that's the wrong URL there. That's why it keeps doing that. There we go. Yes, okay, so I'm gonna send this to you. Put it in the chat. Paste. I don't know if you're gonna give me ban for that. And we give it to you. Paste.
Nope.
You. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. Go put me in the Discord real quick. Event results. And we'll put it in the division as well.
Alrighty, so we do have the zone coming in, but this is more important than if we saw it. We will.
You've been waiting, and now we got it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the main perspective just so I can bring it up. Alright, so we'll hit that and we'll do a display capture. Oh! Alrighty. So as we can see, we've got Skyline in first with 64 points. Only Locals with 35. Soda Cans, like I said, they had a huge game. They jumped up 11 spots into third place with 34. Skill Over Luck in fourth place with 33, and Dub Hub dropping 2 spots to share 4/5th place with Skill Over Luck with 33. Fully Automatic with 31. Results may vary with 30. Kinetic 7. 27, Potentially Dangerous with 26, and Happy Endings with 25. We're just going to do those top 10, and we are going to go back to the game. But there you have it, folks. Skyline with a commanding 64 points through 4 games. But without further ado, let's get into this one. As you can see, we've got a nice south to north, west to east flight path going from the left of military, going straight through school apartments to the left of Yasnaya and finishing out just to the left of Stallberg. As always, teams are required to go to their drop spots. So if you're just checking in for the first time, for the last of these 5 games, teams have to go to specific drop spots that they have posted. That way there's no griefing. We might see a little bit of action in Yasnaya, as previously stated, console killers do not like it when people are on their turf. But for the most part, we should have an uneventful first zone. That way people can, actually get in. We can provide a nice final game for y'all. But what are your thoughts so far through the first 4 games? It certainly sounded like you were in a bit of shock when you saw the scoreboard.
Yeah. Skyline. Holy moly, almost double the next closest team, all the way up in first place. My favorite for the tournament is not doing well today. Affinity, all at the bottom, almost at the bottom of the leaderboard, almost last place, 10 points only through 4 matches. Very, very rough start. I was talking about HE not doing as well as I thought. Holy cow, I didn't even realize Affinity has not. I saw them late game a lot of times. I feel like they have placement points. They just not getting any kills that go with the placement points, which is not like AFI, especially since they play from out of zone. So I'm hoping to see a change, but hopefully I see a change for the whole lobby. Let's not give Skyline a runaway for this tournament. I mean, I've seen 90-point day ones though. AFI actually was that team, had a 90-point day one of a tournament, and I still don't think of like a league, and I don't think they won that league, even though they had 90 points day one, and that is a massive amount of points to have. 64 is massive through 4 games. 90 is basically unheard of to have through 5 games. You know how many points you have to have? I mean, like your average points it's almost, what is that, 20
At least
points
7.
a game? Almost it's at least 7. Great. But let's go ahead and get folks back up on what's happening in the match right now, since we got like what looks like a hard contest between CK and the other team here.
He's in the bathroom and they don't. Oh, AJ knows. AJ found him. So yeah, so CK and P7. You know, we were talking about it in the first game, and it was only a amount of time before they started fighting. So now it's Izzy versus Bizarre and Turbot. So they're gonna trade, but it's a 2v1, and ultimately it's gonna go to CK. But now the other side has to worry about same situation but different teams. But AJ's gonna hop out here, and he's going to have the well, the two members of P7 are going to be backing off. And Tom's getting the knock on No Mercy. You can see Steel's having to run back inside, and this could be it for yeah, as we saw, that was a little friendly fire there. As Turbot gets knocked down to 3 health, but that was it for P7. They are done skis. It wasn't a bad first day for them, but it certainly wasn't a good one either. And fuzzies.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Platinum 7 had 5 points going into that round. That means they end the day. That means they end the day on 5 points. They had 1 point per round.
So a lot to improve on.
A lot. Hey, but that means there's a lot of upward mobility possible. You know, there's a lot of stuff they can look at to fix going in. Remember, this is a league. It's 15 rounds. If Skyline can have most likely 70, 80 points in a day, so can you. And you can. That's literally an entire tournament turnaround. It's possible. You just got to do some reviews. Look at your VODs. Look at your 2Ds. Discuss what the team's trying to do here. Maybe change your drop up. Change up your rotations. You have that possibility. These are veterans, and these are people who've been playing terms for a while, especially Izzy on the team. Look, you can't let day one get to you. It happens. I've seen it happen to the best teams. Don't let it like crumble you. You've still got opportunity to move forward. Obviously, they're great for CK. They're only 3 placements above Platinum 7 to begin with. So 4 points is really going to help them to start the match off. Hopefully they can turn that into a phenomenal last game of the day for themselves, because they really need it. Really, I mean, even though realistically they're only like 15 points behind second place. First place is gapping everybody right now, but like I said, this is a league. This is only day one. You have 2 more days. You have next Sunday and the Sunday after that. 10 more matches. Anything Skyline can do, you can do too. Let's just see that from the teams.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You were saying it's only up from here. They do have they've got some nice veterans on their team. It looks like don't miss the spot. His day will come to an end, as we got Dubhub and I can't think of what it is. Fully automatic having a nice little fight here. Ooh, as Wagon gets waxed by Ghost. Now, Ghost just absolutely destroying them. Did you see what I saw there?
I did not, unfortunately.
Boatman took out Space Havoc.
No way. You see Teamfire ending the day for Dubhub?
So not the strong ending that Dubhub was hoping for.
And they're in 5th place. The team that fully automatic though was in 6th place though, so they just jumped past Dubhub with that good skills there. Holy cow, K7.
K7 out for blood. They want that win, and now the thirsts are on and the smokes are out, and the wrap is on for Gav as he tries to move towards securing at least 1 more point for himself and his team.
And this is the 8th place team fighting the 10th place team. They have a 2-point difference between them right now going into this match. So this is a big match for either consolidating your position over the other, or surpassing the other team, depending on which team is which.
Is hitting the drive-by. Now, it's important, worth mentioning here that the EU teams are, going to be better on this map because of the region. The regions are split. There's 4 NA games, 1 EU game. So now the EU teams are at an advantage here as that guy was trying to make a little move on Kizza. Now he's gotta move back. So he's going to be able to scamper off and be with the rest of his team, most likely. But he does have Kizza hot on his trail.
HG, only 3 members this round. Oh, no, they lost one. They just lost one.
They lost Spence to...
I would have liked to have seen the dead thing, but I forget from Spectator, you only see the people that are alive, not the people that are dead.
Actually, he backed out. That's
is that what that is?
Up. Yeah.
Rage quits happening already. That's only is the last match after all. People got lives. Maybe got something to do. More rotations coming up right past Graymal's. Look, if you look at the top, ooh, what a spray out of Tuesday. Finding 3 of P9 have been found. Oh, come on, P9, don't do this. Come on, P9, you need this round. Who's up? Is it Fadeaxe? Is it the legendary 12-year-old? Still alive?
The Blurtinator himself.
Oh, Blurtsy. You gotta do it for the kids, man. You gotta do it for the kids.
He comes on the steps and he's not able to take one.
Oh no! Tuesday says, "I don't care. You're an old man. Sit down."
Tuesday's
unfortunate, really. But if you look at the north side of the circle right now, it's basically empty. And this is almost every single time in this zone. That north side of the zone is almost always completely empty. Anybody that sees this cast or sees the duties after today needs to keep that in mind for any future tournaments, especially if it happens within this league, because that is an opportunity if you have to rotate in to get in.
Yeah, notice that about almost all of our games. It's always the Southwest that is being utilized. And there's I get needing to be aggressive, but you've got all of this over here, and sure, soda cans, and you've got the rotation by PT here, but no one else is there. And
that's true. Well, the possibility for why that is, though, is Circle does in this zone tend to shift south instead of north. The zones, the way they're designed, they're not intended to end on places like Stahlberg, Kameshki, because there's basically like percentages on how difficult the zone is to play into. And there's like a terrain function based on the zones have for the programming, and it favors smoother terrain like the south side of the zone has. And then also there's more water in the north side of the zone, which is why you're less likely, as everybody has always known, phase 4 pops off water. That's like the long-term phrase that everybody's always used. So you're looking to play on the south side because you're more likely to get that, and then also obviously on the west side of the zone as well, away from where the water's at. Now that's not a guarantee. It's just it's the statistical probability based off how PUBG zones are programmed.
Yeah, and obviously I knew that as well. So it's amazing to know that some people didn't know that. Couldn't be me. It's just, but I'm a big water guy. I'm a crab. I prefer the water. As we see the dramatic shift,
90% of the teams in zone. Anybody on the north side's not.
Everyone, as Howdy goes down and Turbot gets the called-in care package, his armor getting destroyed, but he gets a nice little 75-80% 3 vests here. But more importantly, he gets the P90. Sure, no way if someone shoots somebody off of a yeet bag this tournament, I will add $50 to the prize pool per kill.
Don't do it. I'll pull out an M249 and get in there myself just to get that boys some extra money.
Yeah, please don't, because I'm very broke. At least until BGE takes the world by storm and, you know. But now K7 finding themselves in trouble as they start falling in on fully automatic, and now the fully automatic Mini is going to take out Strafe, and his night is going to be done. It does not look like being in EU really mattered for him or the rest of K7. There should be one K7 member left. Yeah, he's all the way, there he is, all the way over here. He is the lone survivor. He's going to have to, it doesn't look like Next Threat really knows that he's there. Maybe they do. It looks like Tuzi might have an inclination that somebody's over there.
Can we get a look at how many first aids he has right now? Because this zone's not almost very likely not going to go to his favor.
He's got 2, 3.
Oh no! And as the blue zone king myself, for him to survive late in this match with where he's at, there's almost no cover for him in this terrain. And based off where these other teams are positioned, he's very likely to die in the next zone, if not almost certainly the one after that. And to survive, you need, and where he's at, I would predict you need at least 15 first aids just to be able to get into phase 5.
15?
15. Look, anybody who knows me knows I know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows the blue zone like I
I'm
do.
not doubting you.
I live in it, and that's all I'm making. Unless he gets favored by zone, he's almost guaranteed to be dead in the next 2 zones. If not, you know, most likely the first one. Almost guaranteed by phase 5.
It's honestly, it's as remarkable you saying that as D still being alive and not being shot by anybody that is within the house, because we can clearly see that they have the angle. It's just no one has stuck their head out or into the window to shoot D.
And they can't make that push. They have a team looking at them from the north.
Yeah, they've got.
He might get his team points just by being there.
He's the wrong colors, but you know he's got the right spirit. Speaking of spirit. Antopi's spirit has been absolutely crushed here. However, he's gonna have a chance to take out Tuzi, so maybe he can grab his Omerta, Ghost, what are you doing? There you go.
Ghost finds him. Here's the play for Anto, right? Here's because look at the zone. He's not making it into that. Anywhere he goes, there's going to be a team. Here's how he makes it out. He needs to find somebody to kill right now from NT. He needs to find them, hopefully both of them. If he can find both of them, that's probably around 10 first aids. He's in from then on. Then most likely the teams are not going to see him coming out of blue if he just eats the first aids.
Eon, yet again, finding themselves potentially being eliminated at the 9 to 12 team mark. What the heck was that? Not what I guessed. But the grenades are flying. Deco finds the receiving end of one of them. Halves giving him the business as it's all up to Luca to get the shots on Halves, but Halves takes them all out. And Eon's 10th place finish, or at least 10 to 12 place finish streak continues. So now, honestly, I don't know why CK isn't extending towards where HE is, but HE is a little bit lucky. Field. No one's gonna push Bletch. I don't know.
Is CK 4 up or is it 3?
CK is 4.
They should have sent one guy. You're right. They should have sent one guy. One guy for those points is a big thing for CK right now. They started the match with 4. I think maybe they've gotten more after Platinum 7, but like you're not in a position to just sit. You know, you're almost at the bottom of the leaderboard. You gotta at least send one guy to take some risks.
Yeah, and you know, as you can see above PT right now, oh my G. They're just sitting up there, you know, waiting for points. Their path into zone, sure, they've got a team in front of them, but you know they don't have to fight here. They can just do what they're doing and rotate to the right. Now they're getting into it as well. They only have 1 point to their score at the moment, but they don't really need to worry about a bad placement. They just need to get a couple kills. One more team gets eliminated, and they'll be in the points. You know, just like F1, even 1 point from placement is better than nothing.
And as you can see, these teams that are playing on the edge, but this is really why Skyline. You see, Skyline is doing exactly. They sent one guy over. They sent 3 guys or 2 guys to trying to get in the zone. But you can see G is third partying into this fight, is picking up extra points for the team, and this is why they end up with so many points. They are in a tough spot. While they have 3 guys looking for zone, they have 1 guy still getting kills for the team. So even if they happen to make a bad move into zone, they have another guy, you know, giving themselves options by not only just getting points, but when you third party, it also gives you more info about which direction you can push. Because you're right, they could technically play onto the hill, but there's no cover up there. They have a team that's above them, shooting at DMRs down at them, and they could take that fight. But you know, if you take a fight in an open field trying to get into zone instead of just third partying, you're playing the choice you're making there. Oh, Angel Papley. Angel, that's alive, by the way. I was wrong. He made it in, but then he died. Zone.
Does that count as making it into phase 5?
Did he make it? What zone is that?
Yeah, we're phase 5 to 6, I guess.
I'm gonna call it no. I'm calling it no. He did get an extra kill though, so good for him. But look, there's still Skyline popping off, getting points.
Yeah, they third partied the soda cans and console killers fight, and now potentially Dangerous is making their way into town as well. D still alive, not sure how, just absolutely crushing it though. His boys, however, are in a very bad situation themselves. The smokes need to come out. They are on the edge of zone, so if they can get into a couple bushes, they will be okay. However, much to their disgrace, potentially Dangerous is now shooting.
You know, and D, honestly, he can't help the team.
No.
They might even be asking for it. The problem is he can't step out. You have a team on this side of the zone from him. You have a team right above him on the hill. You have the team down in the blue shack. You know, like the best thing for the team would be if he could get to that, but that requires there not to be him being literally surrounded on all sides right now. He just needs to hide. Hopefully he'll get some placement points.
Ooh.
I mean, I've seen players, fantastic shots out of him right now. I've seen players get the dub from where he's at. And right now, he sees a guy, he's gonna kill, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna take that. I mean, that's a point for the team, too,
it's
actually.
A point for the team, but
no! But he gets found!
How
he gets found by Linka.
I can't believe that he did that. Like,
well, he had to. You could see him. If you were, Nim might not have recognized he was there laying down. But if you were looking at Nim's screen, which we were, you could see him laying down right there. So I'm sure Nim would have eventually seen him.
Oh, he does the grenade. Oh, the grenades are just flying. They just need 1 BZ. Let's see what Carrasco has in store for them. As the grenade goes in, he's going to knock Junior. You can see Keebs on the outside, pushing in and out, in and out. He's going to try and get a nice little vantage point from the front door. In fact, it's going to be so good that it's going to do 99 damage. However, the problem is that these players have 100 health. The grenade, however, is going to finish him off. And this blue zone grenade, oh, he finds solace in that tiny little corner. Meanwhile, as we look at everything else, console killers get eliminated by Skyline.
I'll walk in the lobby right now. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
There's the so there goes Keeps. Keeps last one down to Nim. PD's up. This is one of our top placement playing teams right now as well. OL, which really seems to be our dark horse at the moment.
Unexpected dark horse.
Doing well with these guys. Yeah, Burp's doing well.
Oh my lord!
And he gets rid of them.
They finish them off, but their 2 teammates are in trouble. And
it's
even though it's a 4v4, but
through this though, if you look at this,
it's a 4v2.
I mean, no, it's a 4v3. Oh yeah, because the Nox, the Nox broke down. I mean, that could have been in OL's favor if they had been able to get like, because they're both split. They're both split realistically. They still have an opportunity here though, especially if the zone keeps coming to them. But I don't think Skyline's giving that choice. They're just gonna smoke off all the windows here, and they're just gonna start nading. And that's the correct. That's honestly the correct decision. As long as they don't take a knock, if they can collapse on them, as they have these two, like you see again, Skyline, two guys on the edge covering with information and DMRs, while the other guys get up close and start nading people. There's no way for OL to fight back right now. There's too much smoke. They can't see anything, and it's just like you gave them no options.
Oh no, Mold takes out one with his barrel. Could be the very end. They go inside and Mold finishes off the other. Skyline's going to finish with 12 kills and the first place finish. That's gonna
88 points.
Yeah.
88.
That 88 or 86?
88. 80. Wait, maybe 86. I'm bad at math. But it's 12 kills for 86. I'm bad at math.
86
Italians.
points to
Good
start.
at driving, not at good math.
Great at making the sandwich, not the math. The reason the sandwiches are so high is they can't count the. No, I'm sorry, I won't go there. But golly, I just remarkable.
And I want to point something out here. I was touching on it a little bit as we were watching Skyline going into those, especially Zone 5, where we were talking about them being in a position where they didn't have to fight. You're right, they don't have to. You don't have to, but a lot of times it's better if you do. Like if you're not the one being engaged upon, if you can third party a fight that's nearby you, it's giving you info, it's giving you kills, it's giving you more opportunities. If you're allowing the zone and the position of other teams to dictate your decisions, like playing off them's fine, but if you're letting them dictate what you're doing, you're not going to be successful. And Skyline was always doing the absolute most they could to give themselves extra options, if not at least extra points. You know, if they're in a tough situation, their idea wasn't just to bunker in and hide. It was to take the fight to a fight that they knew was going on. And third party, and that's what happened. Is a third party to fight with just one guy. It was just, what was it, G? It was just G, who third party to fight. And from that, they all rotated that direction to keep themselves alive from being DMR'd from the team that was above them and the team that was in front of them. And they kind of just rotated down the hill, and they just kept working that direction. They had a few guys that would be safe, and one or two would be split off trying to get kills and more positioning. And I've always told teams, playing stacked up 4 is in a way safer, but you give yourself a lot less options to play off of. And you're basically hoping the zone comes to you. You're hoping people make mistakes. But at this level, people don't make mistakes, right? Even the only mistake, there's not even a mistake in the fights that they were taking. They had to these other teams were taking fights. What Skyline did was make what other people do a problem for those teams who are making those decisions. They're saying, okay, there's a fight happening here. I'm going to pull one person or two people away, and that's either stolen kills that the teams don't get and points that we get, or outright just full elimination of other squads. G basically did that by himself at one point in that first phase that we were talking about, like in Zone 5, right before Keeps died. Basically by himself eliminated 2 teams just because he solo third-partied. And that's what teams need to do.
Yeah, he's definitely the factor. He's the player that every team is needing, because that's just what it is. He's able to be off on his own, and instead of having to worry about him being caught out, he's most likely just going to take care of business and do what you need him to do. And from what I've seen time and time and again, he gets it done. Usually if he's going down or something like that, it's because he's getting multiple angled. And by that I mean that multiple people are shooting him from different angles instead of him having the opportunity to fight him head on. So by him being able to take these teams out, just everything you've just said, he provides his teams the opportunity to get these extra points. And at the beginning, we were saying these 1, 2, or 3 points they might not seem a lot because it's just 1, 2, or 3 points. But when you start adding them up and you start chaining them together, those 1, 2, 3s start becoming 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9s. And, a first place finish plus 8 kills like we just saw, that's cat, get out of here. That's that's gonna be a winner every time. These teams, they need to adjust. They need to look at these 2D replays. They really need to take a look at these VODs, and we're showing the rotations like they want, and we're providing them with the information they need. But now it's going to be up to them to really take game week 2 of this league and implement what they saw. I know that games are different than real life sports where you can actually run practice, but we still have the opportunity to do what they need. And while the conditions aren't always going to be the same, it's still an opportunity for them to look back and make mental notes for themselves of what to do. And if they can remember everything that they've saw and implement it, then we're going to be talking about their team dominating game 2 or week 2.
Precisely. And it's extremely crucial that they do exactly what you're just talking about. They go back and review those VODs and the 2Ds. 2Ds really, honestly, is going. You don't even need to look at the cast, because obviously we see a good bit more than they do, especially in the live action.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2Ds, where they can see the entire map all the time and just watch the rotations. How often have we seen the center zone just be completely empty? The only time I think I've seen it really stacked was literally this match coming into those final zones, where it was like, where the teams have been playing forever, knew the zone was going to pop this direction. So you were like, oh, the whole north is open. Well, we were both like, the whole north is open. But then the zone just pops south, as they all predicted, because that's the general way that it's going to move in that particular map. By the way, the Inquire is updated. Skyline sitting top 86 points. Only Locals is second place at 44. They are 42 points. Skyline's almost double the next closest team right now. They have more kills than any other team has points, period, outright. And some of the teams I'd like to see more out of is Happy Endings, Console Killers, Affinity especially. I mean, that's been my favorite team forever. To not see them, maybe I cast a curse of them today, because that's been my favorite team for the longest time. And to see them not show up today is disheartening, to say the least. But for those 3 teams who are sitting in the bottom 8 at the moment, or the bottom 9 actually, sorry, well, the bottom 8, on the bottom 9, because there's 17 teams today. Seeing them sit in the bottom 9 is not something I was really expecting. But honestly, seeing the top 8, that's not surprising either. But just to see some of them solo. Happy Endings, though, on the high note, I have been talking about them not doing as well as I thought they were going to do. They really aren't far behind on kills. They're sitting in 11th place, but they're like the second place team only has 23 kills. Happy Ending has 20. So they're getting kills. They're just not getting a lot of placement points. And actually, even looking back at it again, the only team who has an absurd score is obviously Skyline. Everybody else, it kind of looks standard, a deviation of points between, position to position to position. 44, 40, 39, 38, 36. So, like, what's the differential here? Only Locals is second place at 44 points. And all the way down to, 11th is 31. Basically like a 10, 13 point gap. That's not big. That's literally one match.
It's really not. It's
of differential. So outside Skyline's really close.
Yeah, I mean, even listen, we've seen it in the past too. Skyline has 2 bad games. They get ripped out. Not even the first team, but maybe like the 3rd or 4th team ripped out, and they get no kills, or maybe they get 1 or 2 kills.
that needle isn't moving for them. Meanwhile, only locals or fully automatic has a great game. Or, Platinum 7, long shots here at 567 to 1 odds here. They sweep the next week's games, and they get 10 kills each game if they come out on top. And Skyline doesn't do well. Only locals doesn't do well. Fully automatic is fully semi-automatic next week. They'll have an opportunity to really take it back. Sure, Skyline's got the lead, but it's still anyone's it's still anyone's tournament. So
Yeah, 10 more matches is a lot of matches. It's a
it's a lot.
lot of matches.
It's a
Is
lot.
there a hill to get over? Yes, but it's not currently a mountain. It's just a hill. It's a hill to get over. It can be done. These other teams, almost every single one of them, I have a lot of confidence are capable of doing the same exact thing, or at least just not, or at least just being consistent, right? Um, like I said, right? If you look at it, all the way up into second place, it's exactly what I said. If you basically have 8 points per match, you're playing for first, and it's only in exactly situations like this where Skyline absolutely goes off that you're not, right? And in most tournaments, Skyline's not doing what they just did, especially in leagues when it's so stacked. Um, but it played into like it played. A lot of these teams were playing into the kind of the way that Skyline likes to play. I am happy to see exactly what I thought is only locals doing as well as they have, being second place, um, going into day two. So next Sunday for all of those of you that are tuning in right now, next Sunday at 3 p.m. EST will be the start time. It is every Sunday. It'll be for 2 more Sundays after this. And we'll start, going into the next Sunday. They're in a great spot realistically, and they're pretty solid. Not just placement points, but also kills. I want to see them pop off even more. It's good to see a technically a fresher team. It's full of vets, but it's a newer iteration of vets where they've kind of like Perp's taken some guys from different teams, put them together, and clearly his IGLing and their playing has done a good job. They've
Oh
been showing
yeah.
up for the past few tournaments and obviously today as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if you've gotten the opportunity to be IGL'd by Perp, but it's fantastic. I've been following him for a while.
I
Um
did.
and he's great. He makes the right decisions, as we saw today. And I'd be shocked if their good gameplay doesn't carry over into week two.
hmm It's nice. I did. I've only ever played with them once. It was 3 days ago, actually. I filled in for their team as a free agent, and I ended up being top fragger for the day.
Yeah.
And what I think Perp allows is he's not super controlling. Um, is he kind of allowed me to kind of just do what I was doing. I said I was going to do this. He said okay. He didn't, he trusted me to make comms and calls for myself. There were quite a few moments where I was off by myself, doing kind of like what G was doing, and just third partying fights as a solo on a good few occasions, and it allowed me to top frag for the tournament. And that's what you really want to see from your teams is the IGL who trust their teammates to make calls for themselves. Um, but you kind of have to have that. You have to trust that your team is filled of people who are capable of that. And some teams don't like it. Some teams don't like players to do what I can name quite a few players who are not on the best teams right now who do the same thing. So yeah, you got Fendi smoked him. Izzy from I think he's still in Jin. He may not be. I'm not 100% positive. G is a player like I'm sorry, Izzy's a player like that. You have who else? I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. There's quite a few players who want to do that, but aren't always on the team that trusts them to do that. Now, I would say like Fendi. I believe Fendi's playing today for Console Killers under a different name, but he when you play like that, you have to communicate to your team. So that's the other thing, though, is you have to if your IGL is going to trust you to do stuff, you still have to communicate it to them so
Mhm.
that they know what you're doing and they can make play calls. But you also have to listen to them about, hey, we're rotating here. You need to get your butt moving and get yourself into a safe spot. But I think that's, like I said, that's partially why Perp is done so well as he has today. I think is that he's giving some trust to his teammates to make plays and not control. It's like, hey, it's like a rank match. I say a lot of times. You ever watch people, the difference between some people play rank versus where they play tournaments? These tournament players, they play rank like they own the map, and then they play tournaments like they own 50 square meters. And it really boxes players in when you kind of had that fear. It's like, yes, it's a tournament, but you got to remember an FPP, if you can't see them, right? If you've looked around, and that's one of the things you'll notice about like G when he's doing it, he's looking everywhere. And if you can't see anybody, nobody can see you. So you just need to have a good understanding of terrain. And if you can do that and your IG will trust you that you know your terrain well, you keep yourself safe, that allows you to literally push into spots nobody will expect you at. It allows
Mhm.
you to third parties in a way people won't expect. You can take that disinformation of having FPP where you don't, or not disinformation, but for non-information, right? You lose a TPP camera, you lose information a lot, especially when it comes to your
Mhm.
safety. But at the same time, that means you can do stuff that people in TPP can't do. You can't do that in ranked, but you can do it in FPP. You can be more sneaky in FPP than you ever could in TPP. And the good teams will take advantage of that and send a guy out who can keep themselves safe to third party frag. Like I said, three kills just from stealing kills and your team doesn't die is massive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, with all that being said, we certainly have quite a week two ahead of us, folks. Just a reminder, it's 3 p.m. tomorrow. If tomorrow, 3 p.m. next Sunday, if you want to join the Discord to get into these events, future events, or just see what it's like. Type exclamation point BGE. It'll take you in. But from Ultimate Italian and I, we want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Your love and support is fantastic. Like I said, make sure you catch us next week, 3 p.m. Sunday for week two. All the action, all the fun, all the quality quality comms from Ultimate Italian and I. But until then, we hope you guys have a great rest of the Sunday, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, adios.
Peace.